as the Charlotte Fire Department Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome Vietnam veteran and Richard Children's Racing Team Chaplain, Reverend Richard Payne.
Let's pray. Father God, we come to you, we thank you for this day. We honor you in all things we do, all things that we've accomplished. Lord, thank you for your son, Jesus. We're here to honor a special group today, Lord. From the early wars to the World War I, which 130,000 people lost their lives, to World War II, which 450,000 people lost their lives, to Korea, 35,000 lost their lives, to Vietnam, 58,000. Some are still dying from Agent Orange today. For the guys in Iraq, Afghanistan, Desert Storm, and all over the world that have lost their lives protecting so we can be here today and have a good time. We honor them and we thank you for them. We know they're in your loving bosom. Them right now. Lord, we ask for a safe race, safe fans, and a good time today as we glorify in the red, white, and blue. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. God bless America.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome youth performer from Boys and Girls Club of America, Earl Peterson.
Oh, say, can you see from the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. The bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Race ceremonies are in the books. The drivers are getting set to strap in. We'll be back after the break to get you ready for 300 miles in Charlotte. Stick around. It's the Xfinity Series.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and welcome to this afternoon's coverage of the BetMGM 300 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And of course, with it being at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, it's of course a home track for many of these race teams this weekend in the sport of NASCAR. Today, no different. And we have a stacked field for you guys in this one. A lot of Cup Series regulars will be making the jump to the Xfinity Series race here today. Ty Gibbs, Kyle Busch, Noah Gragson, Chase Elliott, all in the field for this race today. I may even be missing some. I don't think so. I believe those are the four, but those are a very big four to say the least. And of course, some drivers who maybe have some other Cup Series experience, like a Shane Van Gisbergen with one career Cup win, who is an Xfinity Series regular. And the same can be said for AJ Allmendinger in the 16 car as well. And I think this is going to be a fun race here today. Sorry if I'm out of breath, by the way. I was trying to get stuff around here in the lake going before the start of the stream, so kind of trying to catch my breath at this point. Had to go back down, run downstairs, get a water, run all the way back upstairs. Here we are. But needless to say, again, thank you for everybody tuning in here this afternoon. I'm ready to go racing. Hopefully you guys are too. Appreciate everybody tuning in here for this one. Wade Zielinski, Bobby Kilmus, Lincoln Kim Hollingsworth, Dan Bowers, Candy Cox, and others. Welcome to the stream. We did not get to our light goal during the Truck Series race last night. Our light goal for today will not change, though. It is still going to be 100. This is a drivers-only broadcast for the NASCAR Xfinity Series coverage on Fox. And again, you can listen to this race right here on the channel. We'll have the full flag-to-flag coverage for you. 300 miles, 200 laps, the scheduled distance in this one. Ty Gibbs is going to be on the pole. Kyle Busch outside of the front row in second. Busch was also fastest in practice yesterday as well. Both practice and qualifying for the Xfinity Series took place before the Truck Series race and after Truck Series practice and qualifying yesterday afternoon. So no on-track activity today, but it is a very slick racetrack. We saw a lot of action, some spins even in practice for both the Truck and Xfinity Series yesterday. And I think it's going to be a much slicker track during the race today than what we saw under the lights at Charlotte with cooler track temps, cooler air temps last night. For this one, I think that is going to lead a very big hand into who is going to win the race, who's going to obviously have the good long run speed, but who's going to have the most overall grip. And I think on a track like this, with how aggressive I think it's going to be with just trying to keep control of your race car, it is going to be very ill handling. Again, hot, slick conditions. I think you're going to want to lead into some of those veterans that are in the field today from the Cup Series. So I'm taking Ty Gibbs to win this NASCAR Xfinity Series race from the pole. So I technically end up picking the guy to win the race, and they finished last. So I kind of hurt my average finish for the season. But needless to say, looking to bounce back here today, I'm taking Ty Gibbs. I do think Toyota goes to victory lane at the very least here today, because even if Gibbs doesn't get it done, Chandler Smith looked pretty fast in practice. Sheldon Creed starting up in the 7th place position. Taylor Gray had top 10 practice speed, although didn't qualify particularly well. I don't expect a guy like Creed or Gray to win, but if we do see an Xfinity Series regular win this race today, I would lean towards Chandler Smith. Ty Gibbs again on the front row with Kyle Busch, and this one will be interesting to see those two go toe-to-toe. Chandler Smith and Jesse Love will line up in row 2. Another good qualifying start for Love this season. Jeff Burton and Cole Custer will line up in row 3. Row 4, Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill and Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones for JRM round out the top 10 in row 5. AJ Allmendinger and Parker Retzlaff will be in row 6. Sam Mayer, Matt DiBenedetto in row 7. Taylor Gray, Sammy Smith in row 8. Anthony Alfredo, Noah Gragson in row 9. Riley Herbst and Garrett Smithley will round out the top 20 in row number 10. Ryan Sieg and Ryan Ellis, both the Ryans in row number 11. Row 12 for Brendan Poole and Jeremy Clements. Leland Honeyman and Dean Thompson will be in row 13. I believe this is Thompson's first Xfinity start this season. He's in the Sam Hunt Racing 26 Toyota. Almost said Chevrolet. Kyle Weatherman and Parker Kligerman will be back in row 14. Kligerman starting very deep in the field. A big mistake on his qualifying lap yesterday. Shane Van Gisbergen making his first career Charlotte start. And Chase Elliott, again, one of those Cup regulars, will be to his outside in row 15. So Elliott going to be starting deep in the field. Blaine Perkins and Haley Deegan in row 16. Row 17 behind them will be Dawson Cram and Kyle Sieg. Patrick Emerly, Josh Williams in row 18. And then rounding out the field today in row 19 will be Natalie Decker and J.J. Yaley. I believe this is the first Xfinity start for Decker this season as well. She'll be in the 92 car. So with the drivers only broadcast, the drivers in the booth for this race today will be Joey Logano, Eric Jones, and Ryan Blaney. We'll get to listen to their coverage periodically throughout the start of the race. So they're about to get the command. Here's some final words from them.
Talked about the racetrack. We talked about the heat. We looked out the bumps. The bumps here are crazy. Turns 3 and 4. I always say it looks like a cobblestone road. The cars just left to right, left to right. Your head's bouncing around. It's 300 miles. It's a long race inside the car for these drivers. They're going to be at the end for sure. But I know we're all looking forward to seeing it. I definitely am. So let's head down to get the command. Here to say the most for 10 Motorsports, please welcome MG VIP Cameron Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just have 4 things to say. BetMGM, God bless our troops. God bless America. And drivers, start your engine!
Here's the command for the Xfinity cars to fire up. A great command. We will be back right after this short break.
All right. So again, drivers only broadcast. I know there's some other drivers that will be in the Charlotte studios. Brad Keselowski, Austin Cindric, a couple of those over there, and obviously the pit reporter. So all drivers across the broadcast for this one. You can watch the race on your local Fox affiliate. So again, Fox for the Xfinity and the Cup race this weekend. And I believe the Cup race is the final race on Big Fox this weekend for the Coke 600. I believe the rest of the races on the Fox telecast this season will be on Fox Sports 1. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the chat, as they just have only a couple more races left until NBC takes over for the rest of the year. As far as today's race, though, again, you can listen live right here on the channel. We will have full flag to flag coverage for you per usual. You can vote for who you think will win the race today in the chat. Very tight poll right now up at the top. We got 34% saying Kyle Busch, 26% saying Chase Elliott, 6% for Ty Gibbs. I'm surprised he's my pick here in this one. He looked very fast in practice, qualified on the pole. And that 20 car has gone to victory lane not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 times with 3 different drivers. Ty Gibbs looking to be the 4th different driver to take the 20 car to victory lane this season. The other drivers were Ryan Truex at Dover, John Hunter Nemechek back at Las Vegas early in the season, and Eric Almirola at Martinsville. So 3 very, very different racetracks. As far all ovals, of course, though, too. But other at 34% of the votes, it looks like, for somebody other than Elliott, Gibbs, or Busch to get the win. The only other Cup regular in the field outside of those 3 is Noah Gragson. So maybe you guys are thinking that a Cup regular will go to victory lane in this one. Northwest Arizona, thanks for tuning in as well. Yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in for this race. We've gone through the starting lineup already, so let's take a look at the point standings for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Very tight points battle between the top 3 right now. Can't get a whole lot tighter, all things considered. Still early in the regular season for the Xfinity Series because they don't have as many races in the playoffs, but they still have a longer schedule. There is only 11 races into the year, so even after today, there's still going to be 14 races before the playoffs begin. But Austin Hill currently leads the point standings, just took the points lead away after the most recent race 2 weeks ago, because again, the Xfinity Series was off last week. They did not run at North Wilkesboro. But 2 weeks ago, the most recent race, it was Austin Hill who was able to jump out in front. That race, of course, taking place at the Darlington Raceway. Cole Custer is only 3 points out of first, and Chandler Smith, after being the points leader going into Darlington, now comes into this race 3rd in points, but he's only 5 out from Austin Hill. Cole Custer does not have a win this season, but he has been very consistent. Still no Fords to go to victory lane in the truck or the Xfinity Series. Behind them in points, you got Jesse Love and Justin Allgaier, currently sitting 57 out, tied for 4th, each having 1 win this season. Tiebreaker goes to Jesse Love. And I'm not sure exactly what the tiebreaker is. I know wins would be the tiebreaker. I would have thought stage wins would have been the second tiebreaker, but I guess that is not the case because Allgaier does have 6 stage wins to Love's 4. They each have the 2 most stage wins of the season, each with 1 race win. As far as the drivers locked into the Xfinity Series playoff field with the wins, 2 wins apiece for Chandler Smith and Austin Hill, and 1 win apiece for 3 drivers, being Jesse Love, Justin Allgaier, and Sam Mayer. 12 drivers officially qualify for the playoffs, so still 7 spots open on points. Again, Cole Custer being the highest of which without a win. And then you got Riley Herbst, who's 6th overall in the standings, AJ Allmendinger 7th, Sheldon Creed in 8th, Parker Kligerman 9th. 10th place in the point standings is Anthony Alfredo. Great season for him so far, but he is 11th on the playoff grid. And as of right now, comes into this race here today 20 points above the cutoff line. And that's 20 points over a Junior Motorsports Chevy of Sammy Smith. So it's going to be interesting to see if Alfredo can continue to hold on. He's had great finishes this year, 5 top 10 finishes and 1 top 5. And he is scoring quite a few stage points on strategy as well, which has helped him out. Obviously, even less than what Anthony Alfredo is. Only 12 points to the good as Jones over his teammate Sammy Smith. And I mentioned already, Sammy Smith 12 points now below the cutoff line, but he's the first driver out. Ryan Sieg just behind him. He is 13 points below the cutoff line. And Shane Van Gisbergen, who's 15th overall in the point standing, still isn't all that far behind Brandon Jones for that final playoff spot. He's 27 points out, but a lot of road courses to come up, including back-to-back road courses after today's race. Standalone Xfinity Series race next weekend. They will head to Portland and then Sonoma back-to-back weeks. So 2 road courses back-to-back for the Xfinity Series after this weekend. That could be huge for SVG if he survives to at least have a decent day today, stay within 30 points of the cutoff line. He will be much closer if he doesn't get a win within those next couple weeks. As far as this race goes here today, that is the point standings. We've gone through the starting lineup. Now we're just waiting for the drop of the green flag. Stage splits in this one will be 45 laps in Stage 1 and Stage 2, with the final stage being 110 laps, making up our 200-lap, 300-mile scheduled distance. We did not go past the scheduled distance of the truck race last night, but we had a few late yellows. In fact, all 3 cautions for incident came in the final stage of the race, giving us just 5 yellows total in that one. This race 100 miles longer in distance, and it's going to be a lot more slick racetrack with less downforce in the Xfinity cars, slightly more horsepower, but obviously in the daytime versus the nighttime for the truck race last night, definitely going to be seeing a lot more slipping and sliding. Josh Berry and Carson Hocevar, a couple of the pit reporters on hand today. Cast booth during Stage 2 and the beginning of Stage 3 during the truck race last night, as well as I believe he did another truck race earlier this season as well. Might have been Kansas if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to, again, hear from a lot of those drivers throughout the course of the race today. Chris Davis, Sharitha Cooper, also welcome to the stream. Yep, 1 lap until we go green. We are getting closer. Most recent winner in the Xfinity Series is Justin Allgaier. That first win of the season that locked him into the playoffs took place 2 weeks ago at Darlington. Again, an off week last weekend before, of course, this weekend's race at a home track at Charlotte. And then they'll be heading out west for 2 consecutive weeks as well. Already mentioned the stage splits today, 45, 45, 110. The pit road speed is 45 miles per hour, and the fuel window is 55 to 60 laps as well. Field now getting the 1 to go signal. They were checking pit times the last time through. I don't know if they added a lap or what the case was there, but looks like the pole sitter Ty Gibbs has elected the outside lane for this initial start. So Kyle Busch will be on the inside of row 1. Which is interesting because the inside lane was the preferred lane for the Truck Series race for the vast majority of those restarts last night. Whether that was Corey Heim or Tanner Gray on the front row, they each really did a good job of getting to the lead. We didn't see the non-controlled truck be able to not only lead the first lap off of a restart, but they weren't even able to stay side by side off of turn 2 down the backstretch the entire night. That's with the initial start, the 5 restarts. So we'll see in this one during the daytime with how much less grip that they're going to have firing off in the restart zone, if that makes a difference. But Gibbs taking the outside here. See if he gets a good launch. Saw some drivers spinning their tires completely in the outside lane in last night's race, especially on the older tires as they got later in the race. John W. Chapman, thanks for tuning into the stream also. Once again, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more NASCAR content. Let's try to get to 100 likes here on today's stream. A busy, action-packed day today. First of 2 live commentary streams. We will have full coverage for NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying at Charlotte for the Coke 600. That will begin at 5 p.m. Eastern Time later today. And of course, the big. I haven't seen a crowd this packed for an Xfinity race in a long time. Great to see. Sellout crowd again this weekend, of course, for the Coke 600. Another great sight to see as we get started in this race. The Toyota Pace car is on pit road. The field is rolling into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air, and we are underway at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Right as that happened, my phone froze a little bit there, so sorry for that. Field is now working their way off turn 2. It was Ty Gibbs who was able to hold on to the race lead as we're up to date now. So Gibbs on that outside lane got the good fire off on the initial start, was able to pull clear of Kyle Busch, and he will lead the opening lap of the race. Cole Custer side by side with Sheldon Creed for position. A very different colored car for Custer. Probably going to get that confused throughout the day with somebody else. Hopefully not. Gibbs already building up about a 5 to 6 car length gap at the end of the first lap and a half. Busch does remain in the second place position. Side by side for third behind him with Chandler Smith and Jesse Love. Smith was on the inside into turn 3, completes the pass on Love. Love dives down to the bottom lane just behind him, excuse me. Jeb Burton, after a good qualifying effort, into the top 5 on the initial start as well. Sheldon Creed back to the inside of Cole Custer after Custer is able to clear him the lap before. This lap, a slide job through 1 and 2, and near contact made off the exit of the corner. That is going to allow for Austin Hill to get to the inside of his former teammate Creed into turn 3. And Custer was able to clear again off turn 2 for the second consecutive lap. Austin Hill not going to be able to complete the pass on Creed. Creed carrying the momentum now off the outside of turn 4. Justin Allgaier trapped behind both these drivers with really nowhere to go right now, as he waits for one of them to make a move, and he'll follow. Hill got a little bit slippery in the middle of 1 and 2 as he had the left side tires down to that painted double white line on the inside of the racetrack. No out of bounds here, of course, but still down on that paint. Maybe a little bit more slippery there. He's moving around a lot more in 3 and 4 again. So that's 2 corners in a row. Austin Hill seems to be on the loose side of things. Allgaier even had to lift to keep from running into the back of him as Sheldon Creed's going to win the battle for position once again. Cole Custer is now trying to catch up to the 27 of Jeb Burton, looking to battle for 5th, as Gibbs still has a nearly 1 second lead over Kyle Busch at the very front of the field. Gibbs has now led the first 5 laps of the race from the pole. At Benedetto with a good qualifying effort, his best of the season, still running in the top dozen in the 38 car. Second highest running Ford in the running order, ahead of Riley Herbst, Noah Gragson, and Ryan Sieg, which are some of the other top Ford teams in the field today. And other than Gragson on most weeks, there's really only 3 or 4 competitive Fords. If that, really. We haven't seen Benedetto run this well in a race this season, and he's on a part-time schedule too, so he's not running every weekend. Justin Allgaier making the pass on Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed in 1 corner. Great move by the 7. I'm not sure what happened there, if Creed might have made a mistake or not. But a power move nonetheless for Allgaier as he moves by 2 drivers for position in 1 corner. Hill slamming the door shut on Creed. Creed's going to try a crossover on the exit of turn 4. That little over. His red, white, and blue paint scheme on the 7 of Allgaier. We've seen that through multiple cars and trucks already this weekend. A lot more in the Cup Series for the race tomorrow. Brandon Jones now sneaking into the top 10 as he gets by Sheldon Creed. The pass for 9th place, so Creed's lost a few positions now. Custer did make a move on Jesse Love here. Jeb Burton also moved up to 4th recently, getting by the 2 of Love, so Love is starting to slip back a bit. Very quickly, Justin Allgaier is on the back of the 0, double 0 that is, in the 2. So definitely on the move. Had a lot of bad luck early in the year. Was Allgaier finally got the monkey off his back, getting the first win of the season at Darlington, and maybe that will open up the floodgates for the remainder of the season to come. Junior Motorsports has 2 wins on 1.5-mile racetracks. We've only had 4 of them this season. There are only 2 wins coming at Texas with Sam Mayer and Justin Allgaier last week at Darlington. I should say intermediate tracks, not really 1.5-mile tracks. Darlington about 1.33 miles. But a very slippery racetrack at Darlington a couple weeks ago that played huge for Justin Allgaier. And maybe he could carry that into today's race with the momentum and the drivability of this racetrack being similar. It'll be tough to take down those top 2, though, of Ty Gibbs and Kyle Busch, who set the field early. Both those drivers are over 3 seconds ahead of Chandler Smith in 3rd in the early going. And we have seen a bit of fall off already in this one. Fastest lap by Ty Gibbs on lap 2 was a 30.979. Lap 11, that last time by, Gibbs ran a 32.326, and he was still the fastest car on the racetrack as well. So, again, a lot of fall off. About 1.5 seconds nearly. About 1.4 seconds of fall off in 10 laps. And we saw about 2 seconds of fall off in the truck race over the course of about a 20 to 30 lap run last night as well. So tires will definitely matter. We saw that come into play yesterday with a late caution in the final stage as well. That final restart in the truck race happened with 9 laps to go. Top 6 drivers stayed out of the pits. Everybody else behind them did pit. And I think Christian Eckes might have been the only driver to stay out of the pits and still get a top 10 finish. I think he ended up 8th, if I'm not mistaken. That was just, again, 9 laps. And he had a fast truck. About 28 likes on the stream. Appreciate everybody that has tuned into this one so far. So again, be sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe for more NASCAR content. Come back from the commercial break. I'll let you listen into the drivers only broadcast a little bit. Full screen right now on Fox. Might have more ads during this Xfinity race compared to usual with it being on Fox. I know they've had a truck race on Fox already this season. I don't know if this is the first Xfinity race or not. I'd like to think they might have had another Xfinity race.
300 on Fox. It's presented by 5 Hour Energy Shots. 5 Hour Energy takes its time fast. And by Credit One.
I like that Adam Alexander did the pre-recorded ad reads.
Well, welcome back to
They don't trust Joey Logano to do it, apparently.
Broadcast where we see tight hits and look at the gap they put on everybody. 5 seconds ahead. Just pretty equally matched. The other part of the field is pretty far back. So I do think had the chance to go up there and race with us today is that number 7 of Justin Allgaier. You see him just making the pass on Chandler Smith. That car's been really fast. I look forward to seeing his lap times now that he's gotten up to 3rd. Yeah, he's been doing a great job of just playing it on the bottom, and being patient with everything as Riley Hurst goes by Taylor Gray. A little bit of a slider there. I like that. That's going to turn it under him. 19 might actually. Okay, 98's kind of got where I want him. I feel like the middle and 1 and 2 is kind of in the preferred lane. We've seen a couple guys start running the wall. Cole Custer, Brandon Jones, they've kind of been moving that lane up a lot. And it seems to be working. Cole was kind of going backwards, now he's going forward. Hey, Josh, what do you got update on 0-0? Yeah, the 0-0, Cole Custer started out extremely tight, 3 and 4. But right now, he dropped a couple spots. Now he's moving back forward. It looks like he's moved up the racetrack and is making a lot of lap time. Yeah, it's definitely something we've seen over the commercial break is Cole Custer moving up to the wall. He was headed backwards, and when he found something that made him work from, that's one of the cool things about Charlotte Motor Speedway, especially in recent. Look at it, all the way up next to the wall. I call it getting that air cushion up there. It makes more downforce up there. Look at the momentum he's able to carry down the next straightaway. The night of Brandon Jones doing the same thing. Carrying that momentum. The thing is, it's fast up there. It's a little sketchy up there, but as soon as somebody else is running that line, you're stuck. And I think that's what we see going on right now in the number 9 car. Yeah, the 0-0 actually went up and passed the 9. And then the 9 started on the top, and now it looks like the 9's faster than the 0-0 itself. Brandon Jones is wishing like, man, I wish I would have ran the wall a lap before, and I'd be able to have pulled away from the 0-0. But I think it's going to continue to move up. Everyone's creeping up there. There's not as many people running the fence in 3 and 4. 4 guys have kind of been running down there. Kyle Busch actually just moved to the wall in 3 and 4, which is good. As we see the 17 of Chase Elliott working his way up to the field. Didn't start good, but he's been picking his way through, Carson. Yeah, Chase Elliott said he's just trying to figure the car out. It's crazy that champion, right? So different than the Cup car. He's trying to figure the race car out. Currently 12 spots off. But further than that, we're starting to look a little bit here and go back here at the 18th spot. Yeah, Chase hasn't been in an Xfinity car in quite some time, so it takes a little bit. The Cup car has never been more different in the Xfinity car than it is now. Ever since we switched to that next-gen car in the NASCAR Cup Series, it has really made it quite a bit different here. But the battle is heating up, guys. Only 0.4 of a second. You brought it up. Kyle Busch has moved up the racetrack. Ty Gibbs has answered by moving up as well. They're starting to see the speed. That's coming from the spotters, guys. The spotters are saying there's speed up by the wall. A lot of guys in the field have figured out how to make speed and actually catch them a little bit. You got to move up. You got to get there before somebody else does, before you get past. And that's what we see these 2 leaders doing now. Yeah, look at the momentum Kyle Busch is able to carry from the center to the exit of the corner. It's it's a matter of time before Ty's gonna have to move up there. I feel like he would have probably done it that lap, but I think he's being a little bit patient here. But Kyle definitely has that thing working. Found speed, moved around. This is what this track is all about, right? You have to move around the racetrack to find speed in your car.
It'd be challenging as the leader, right? You're up there leading laps, then you see a guy behind you move around, and it takes a second to get that top going. It's hard to hop right in that top lane and start making time. As you see Kyle taking a look to the inside here, and it takes a second to get wound up.
Well, Kyle did a good job. We talked about just being able to hunt the bottom, get to that paint. Kyle did a good job getting to that paint. He's going to want to get up in front of him here. And he didn't quite get there. I think he'll clear him off for turn 2. Maybe. There we go.
Right at that point in the run where your car's going to have any flaws is right now when you're going to really start to feel them and start complaining and start telling your crew chief what you think you're going to need for that next run.
When I see these guys doing a good job, though, they find the extremes, right? The speed is either right up by the wall or the very, very bottom. The middle doesn't seem to be where the money is right now. As we ride around with our Rebel Irvin on board with Kyle Busch. This is his racetrack, guys. He's got 9 wins here in the Xfinity Series. You see it there, 1 Cup, also 8 in the Truck Series. It's most of all time in the Xfinity Series. I'm not surprised by that. This is his 3rd best racetrack. The only 2 he's got more at is Texas, I believe, and I believe there's 1 more. I was trying to do my homework before I got here. We go through my notes here. Phoenix, he's got 11. There it is, Phoenix. Did some homework. Look at this, just massive cars right here from, Jim Burton running.
Oh!
There's 8 cars lined up here from 9th to 17th, right? Just trying to fight for track position, trying to figure out where you're running, where can they get clean air to kind of move forward. And man, this is so tough as a driver. You're slipping and sliding, and you're just searching for any type of lane and clean air that can work for you. There's no grip in that scenario. It's the dirtiest air you could possibly have, and there's that many cars in front of you. It's AJ Allmendinger taking his run down to the bottom, putting his left sides on the paint. He's going to try to get 2 off of turn 4. He looks like he's going to get up. Oh, not in time. We talk about bumps around the racetrack, and the places that stands out to me is in the top lane into 1, kind of getting down to the center of 3 and 4, and honestly, off of turn 4 on the bottom, you'll see those bumps, kind of the washboards again, and you saw with AJ the last lap, came off there, thought he was good, had to power down, and so he hits those bumps, and now he's out of shape. So you never know where they're going to quite jump up and get you, and that's just the challenge of this place, but it makes it such a good racetrack because you have to figure it out. And this is some of the best racing we've seen all year long. Look at these guys all back here. They go in the corner and they try to figure out how they can get air. They get in the straightaway and they all get single file and try to draft each other. Pretty fun to watch.
You're there, Jesse Love making a pass for 7. Jesse's done a good job. A lot of these places some going to the first time for, but has some experience here, I believe, in the ARCA series, but done a solid job really in every race this season. See Jesse figuring out that top lane. There's something that Jesse's done a good job at this year. Just getting better throughout the race. Figuring out how to make my car faster, tuning on it. In the second half of the race is really where you see Jesse get stronger. Well, it's been a great start so far. Kyle Busch is taking the lead and driving away on that high side.
18 laps to go in stage 1. Kyle Busch with a 7/10 of a second lead over Ty Gibbs in second place now. Justin Allgaier 3.9 seconds back in third. Brandon Jones in fourth, 4.5 seconds off the lead. Cole Custer's 6.2 seconds back in fifth. Austin Hill in sixth place, 10.4 seconds back of Busch. 10.8 seconds back is his teammate Jesse Love in seventh. Chandler Smith has fallen to eighth after starting third. He's 12.1 seconds off the lead. Sammy Smith is now in the top 10 in ninth place, 12.4 seconds back. And AJ Allmendinger in 10th, 12.6 seconds off the lead. Those are the intervals with the top 10 positions. Lap 30, caution is out for the first time today at Charlotte. I'm not sure exactly who is the cause of the yellow at this moment, but we'll have to wait and see. Haley Deegan will get the free pass in 34th with this caution coming out. Very good chance we see pit stops for the first time today as well. Again, about 2 seconds of fall off. we'll have to wait and see exactly what the cause of the caution is for, and then we'll get it back to the coverage during the commercial. Like I said, we should get our first pit stops. Still waiting. Looks like Riley Herbst might have been the cause of the caution. Herbst has scored 2 laps down on our screen in last place, so he was running a little bit outside the top 10. He's actually battling AJ Allmendinger for 10th place before they went to break. They were nose to tail with each other at the time. So Riley Herbst presumably has brought out this first caution. And they're still under commercial at the moment, but considering where he's at on our leaderboard in last all of a sudden, I would imagine that it was Riley Herbst bringing out the caution flag. Here's our first caution of the day. The end of stage 1 is at lap 45.
Drivers only racing where we're under caution for the first time. Riley Herbst coming off turn 2. Tries the slider, guys. AJ wasn't putting up with it.
I don't know if he was a fan of the move. It
Oh.
looks like Riley may have got a little loose, but I think AJ may have been decided that he didn't appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it
It's
looks like,
tough.
that's such a big commitment, right, from the 98, right? You're trying to slide somebody. The top is so much faster. And it looks like he got a little out of shape before AJ got to him, and then they just kind of came together, and the 98 ended up getting big damage. I mean, day ender. Yeah, I'd say it's
Yeah.
a day ender. And those guys were racing up there in 11th position, and at that point, you're in the middle of the soup, right? I mean, you got cars everywhere, and he knows that I got to get up front of him, or I'm going to be in trouble. The pits are open, guys. We got some takers.
It's that split stage you guys were talking about, how we got to make a decision. Carson?
Yeah, guys, the 9 of Brandon Jones said they're a little free right now. I'm really on edge, so they're going to work on it a little bit here. And they're going to put 4 tires here as they struggle. But the 8 of Sammy Smith said they're just a little free right now. Same sort of deal as the JRM cars seem to be a little free. Down to Josh. Yeah, the 20 of Ty Gibbs feels like he just needs a little rear stability, but feels okay. Kyle Busch, very specific feedback. Starts a little bit free, builds tight, air pressure adjustment on the first three.
See some good pit stops right there. Ty Gibbs trying to beat Kyle Busch off pit road. Does Cole Custer with a great stop as well. Both of them up spots. Cole Custer up 3. Actually, that's going to help his run there. Well, we got some good racing here in Charlotte so far. We also got a split strategy. Some cars stayed out.
Pretty hard hit into the inside wall in the backstretch for Riley Herbst. Spin off turn 2 has ended his day. Contact with AJ Allmendinger after a failed slide job attempt from Herbst. And again, they were battling for the 10th place position. Ty Gibbs won the race off of pit road after losing the lead on track to Kyle Busch. Busch goes from the lead to 3rd following pit stops. And Cole Custer with the number 1 pit box moves 3 positions up to 2nd. So Ty Gibbs again will be the control car for the race start. He fired off well, but Busch had a little bit better long run speed. It was running the top lane of the racetrack sooner and more effectively than what Ty Gibbs was able to do. So we will see here if Gibbs on the short run will be able to hold on at least long enough to win stage 1. Ty Gibbs did lead about the first 20 laps or so of this race before Kyle Busch had led the most recent 11 prior to the caution. Both those drivers with the front row starting positions. Again, lap 29 was the time of the accident. Might have had some drivers stay out of the pits, so although Gibbs won the race off of pit road, looks like he's going to line up at 6th. The top 5 stayed out. Now, that's going to give them an extra set of tires to the end. Well, probably not. I would imagine that they'll end up pitting during the stage break, and the drivers who just pitted now late in the stage will probably stay out when the stage end comes. Which will be interesting because there's, a lot of cars on the lead lap still. B, there is some cars with speed that are up here. Now, I can understand Anthony Alfredo trying this pit strategy. He's 10th in points. Again, he's trying to get his way into the playoffs on points at any means necessary. And that means staying out, trying to go for stage points here when he was well outside the top 10. That's probably what it's going to be to try to take to keep him inside that cutoff line. And he came into this race just 20 points ahead of the cut line on Sammy Smith. Sammy back in the 12th place position and was well inside the top 10 before the caution came out.
Your butt. You look like you have fried eggs on both. Dump on yourself. Well, guys, you found the food. Yeah. Blaney said they feed us well up here at Fox Foods. It's for life. Had a good time up here. I hope everyone's enjoying the race so far. You know, you have some split strategy right there, guys. When you think about Jesse Love, Chase Elliott, Anthony Alfredo, Kyle Sieg, all stayed out coming here with just a few laps to go in the stage. Only 11 to go in the stage. So pretty crazy stuff that's going to be happening here on this restart for sure. But good thing we're getting some great coverage by our friends at Goodyear, powering the race from the green flag to the checkered flag and every mile.
Crew chief on the 33, Keith Rodden, they were worried about their pit stall. As you can see, they're going to have to come around Kyle Gibbs unless they get back in front of him, and they've been getting blocked in by the 97. So it's going to be important for Kyle to hopefully get back in front of the 20 to help at least get in the pit stall a little easier.
This is definitely one of the tightest pit roads, guys. This is really tricky. You see right there two things to point out. One, how small the stalls are and how tight it's going to be on the exit. But also, look at that yellow car, a 00. He's only got to go 16 feet to the camera line. Yeah. So he doesn't have to get up to speed. The advantage of the first pit stall is huge here. Carson, what do you got?
Yeah, guys, something similar back here with the 1 and the 30. Same similar situation. This one is Sam Mayer. They wanted him to stop short because they knew Noah Gregson was going to come in. But he went a little long, got stuck behind Noah Gregson. But to make matters worse, Noah got blocked in because the 11 had to come back around him. So it actually cost both of them. They both had to back up. And when Sam was trying to back up, Noah was trying to back up. They both now are 23rd and 25th when they were originally, up into the top 15.
Unique situation in Xfinity, right? They think off the weeks before, so these guys coming in part-time to 30, to 33, to 17. Some of these guys that are probably going to be running up front aren't going to have the pit stall that they really should have. They should have it, right? So I'll tell you, that was the best-case scenario for Kyle Busch because he was in front of the 20 before that pit stop. If Ty Gibbs gets in front of him and Kyle Busch has to come around the 20 and the 97 still in the lead lap to come around Kyle, the 33 is going to be in a world of hurt. So if I'm Kyle, there's like big desperation before coming to a pit stop to get in front of the 20. Absolutely. And this is definitely going to be pretty interesting on this restart because we got some guys with some old tires. Let's see what Brandon Jones is thinking. We were showing a review camera of Cole Custer, and then I was behind him. Thought I was going crazy, but there was smoke coming out of the right front of that car. And he may be using the brakes a lot. You may think a mile and a half, but it's pretty slick today. He's running that high side. He may be covering that brake just a little bit too much. That may be some of the situation. We got a penalty at 38. Matt DiBenedetto had a safety violation. He has to restart in the rear. 10 to go in the stage.
9 laps left, stage 1 this time by. Green flag back in the air. Jesse Love, Chase Elliott on the front row after staying out of the pits. And the cars on fresh tires trying to quickly motivate around him. A lot of 3x3 racing into the first turn as they try to evade the traffic with the drivers on the old tires. Quickly out in front of the field off the exit of turn 2 looks to be Ty Gibbs as he got through the front row cars very quickly. Justin Allgaier going to do the same to move up into second. Still 3 wide around Jeb Burton, AJ Allmendinger, Jesse Love. Love almost got hit from behind. And Anthony Alfredo falling further back as well, as he was another driver who had stayed out of the pits. Now, if everybody ends up pitting during the stage break again, I don't think it was a good call to stay out, but I doubt that that's going to happen. So the drivers who stayed out of the pits are probably going to end up coming in. And Anthony Alfredo is up against the wall again. He may have a tire down after he had gotten up against the wall in turns 3 and 4. He's up against it again in 1 and 2 at the tail end of the field. Chase Elliott's already fallen outside of the top 10 on the restart. He was on the outside of row 1. And the other driver of Jesse Love, who restarted on the front row, is now back to 21st. So Elliott held on the longest to a top 10 running spot, but obviously isn't going to stay there. Battle for the lead and the Stage 1 win, with a playoff point on the line for at least Justin Allgaier. Gibbs, Busch, who are in the top 3, of course not running for Xfinity points, but for the owner's standings, more specifically for the 20 car, trying to go for the owner's championship. Mentioned at the top of the coverage already on this stream that Ty Gibbs would be the 4th different driver to win in the 20 car this season if he goes to victory lane. 3 wins for 3 different drivers. Ryan Truex, Eric Almirola, John Hunter Nemechek have all won in that car this season, so the pressure's on for Ty Gibbs to try to do it as well. Cole Custer and Austin Hill battling for position. Custer trapped on the outside lane right behind Jeb Burton. Nowhere to go there. Hill clears them both. And a great move to hop into the middle off the exit of turn 4 for Custer. It's going to make things tight for him. Chandler Smith does not give him a lot of room. Really squeezed Custer up into the side of the 27. I think there was slight contact made as Chandler Smith's able to get by both cars. Side by side for the lead as well down the back stretch into turn 3. Coming up on 4 to go in stage 1 this time by. Allgaier on the inside of the racetrack. Up on the outside is Ty Gibbs. Allgaier not able to clear. Still door to door for the lead, and Kyle Busch is coming from 3rd. Gibbs led that lap at the line by 11 one-thousandths of a second. Racetrack, staying door to door on the backstretch. Big side draft before pulling down to the bottom into turn 3. Allgaier with the slide job attempt is going to move up, and he will be clear. Gibbs didn't go all the way to the wall that time. He kind of went into the middle to bottom groove. Busch riding the wall through 3 and 4 behind them. 3 to go in the stage for Justin Allgaier. It looked like Allgaier initially made the move to the inside of the 20 of Gibbs in the middle of 1 and 2. Got the and Justin Allgaier trying to go for 2 wins in a row here this weekend. Sam Mayer split in the middle, trying to recover from restarting towards the back of the lead lap. And Jeb Burton, who was running top 5 for a majority of this race before the first caution, is now outside the top 10 and not in position to get any stage points late in stage 1. Ty Gibbs continues to fall back. Kyle Busch is now going to make a move for 2nd. Busch to the wall. Gibbs down to the bottom. Gibbs has not ran the outside very much here in this one. His car might not be handling well to run up there. Doesn't feel it's worth the risk at this point early in the day. Definitely going to have to make some adjustments to that 20 car. I don't think he is as fast as the 7 and the 33. And Brandon Jones is showing a lot of speed in that 9 car for JRM as well, as he's up to 4th. Sammy Smith had broken back into the top 10 of the restart to 6th, so good day for Junior Motorsports in the early go into the race. 3 cars in the top 6 positions. 7th stage win of the year for Justin Allgaier as he wins stage 1 here today at Charlotte. Ty Gibbs was 2nd, Kyle Busch 3rd, Brandon Jones 4th, and AJ Allmendinger 5th. So Gibbs did hold on barely over Busch for that 2nd spot. Sammy Smith ended up 6th in the stage, Austin Hill 7th, Chandler Smith 8th, Ryan Sieg 9th, and Cole Custer rounds out the top 10. 1 point per position for the stage. Points for the Xfinity Series regulars. And again, Ty Gibbs and Kyle Busch in the Cup Series will not get credited with stage points, but the owner's points will go to those car numbers. Our second caution of the day, first for a non-incident with this stage 1 break at lap 45. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll have our diecast showing at the end of stage 2 per usual. This weekend's theme with the diecast showings is former Coke 600 and or Indy 500 winners. When we get to the Indy 500 on Sunday, tomorrow already, then during that live stream, I'll have a former Indy 500 champion diecast. But as far as the NASCAR side of things go, last night we did a look back just to make sure Austin Dillon. It was an Austin Dillon, not throwback scheme, but throwback to when he was a rookie back in 2014. Sat on the pole in the Daytona 500 that season. Won the Rookie of the Year. But Coke 600 win in 2017 for Austin Dillon. We'll have another Coke 600 winner die cast again today. So everybody who did not pit is more than likely going to end up pitting right now. Yeah, I like that Air Force scheme for Allgaier too. Cole Trickle, Mike G, Tim Brown, Frank Powers, Billy Kramer, welcome into the stream. Mark Witkowski, also welcome back. Stephen Hooton. Yeah, Blaney's been consistent. I mean, that's been the story of Blaney's career. Appreciate you liking my shirt. Yeah, I usually only have the Blaney stuff on during the cup races, but he's in the broadcast booth today. So I figured I'd throw the Blaney gear on once again. I'll have a different shirt on for tomorrow's race. Now, we do know the Coke 600 will go on without a delay tomorrow because of weather, but the Indy 500 is in jeopardy of taking place tomorrow. 70% chance of rain during the afternoon. I will say it was a 90% chance of rain 2 days ago, so it has gone down a little bit. But we'll keep up with that hour by hour. Our plan is still to go live at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for our Indy 500 coverage. If it is a delayed start, then we will not go live until the race begins. But whether that would be tomorrow or Monday, we will have Indy 500 coverage this weekend.
At 7 Eastern on Fox for the game in your area. Well, guys, we're one stage down. We're surviving up here in the booth. The racing has been absolutely incredible. The strategy is getting interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they are going to do when the pits open. We got some guys up on the wall. The speed of that eating rivals Justin Allgaier today. It is. These guys been eating. They just been wanting me to do all the work. There's a few takers back here in the pack.
Obviously you're going to have those guys who stayed out. The Chase Elliott's, a handful of them, but we'll see how they can work their way back through the field. Hey, Carson, what do you got?
Yeah, Chase Elliott, obviously stayed out that last run, wasn't able to make an adjustment, so they're going to make their first adjustment, put 4 tires on for the first time today. Said he was lacking. Creed says he's really loose. Unfortunately, they're burning a second set of tires. He's also complaining about the brakes. And the 2 of Jesse Monk stayed out there, 2 loose, down on the track bar, round in the left rear, hoping that these tires can pay off and he can get some of that track position back.
So here's what these guys are doing. Some are burning, we talked about, they have 2 extra sets of tires if you get through the race with what you need. Some of them are burning it up now. Some of them, the ones that stayed out at the end of the first stage, are using that to get on the same strategy as the majority of the field. So they're hoping for a long run where they're going to have plays out. But I tell you who's got it going on right now is a 7 of Justin Allgaier, and I think we should dial him up, see how he's doing. Justin Allgaier, Joey Logano up here in the Fox booth. You got us?
Yeah, Joey, go ahead, buddy.
Well, you're looking good out there. You're painting the line really nice on that very bottom. The car looks good. I love the military scheme you have on it, honoring Memorial Day weekend. It looks like a rocket ship again. Looks like you're picking up from Darlington. How you feel?
Oh, man, feel pretty good. Obviously, this Memorial Day weekend. Feels like great track on it. Pulling this served our country lost their lives. This same team is really awesome with your finisher, team, and helmet. Everybody at Unilever. We got a bunch of CPT people here, and they're getting ready to leave to go to Normandy. It doesn't get any cooler than that. If we're a race car that's as good as it is, basically, it's fast. It's with the internet here. We'll keep painting the line and hopefully have ourselves up against this still one. Like you said, you're trying to maintain it. Jim Noma's integration. Yeah. Keep digging.
Oh, it's looking good up there. You got some stiff competition, though. You got 2 other cars that look really, really strong. Have some fun out there, man. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Well, Justin Allgaier is making some history. He's won 7 of the last 10 stages this year. We'll see if he's going to bring her home the rest of the way.
All right, so just talk with stage one winner Justin Allgaier. Again, that was his 7th stage win of the season. 81 degrees is the temperature currently at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Obviously, the track temp is going to be warmer than that. I'm sure it's over 100 degrees there. So a lot of slipping and sliding. Tomorrow's air temperature, at least at Charlotte Motor Speedway, for about the start of the Coke 600 will be around 90 degrees. So an even warmer day tomorrow at the racetrack. And again, no rain in the forecast for that. There is potential chance of rain later tonight at Charlotte. So qualifying and practice could be in jeopardy, but we will still be going live for that at 5 p.m. as well. So again, practice qualifying for the Cup Series at 5 p.m. Eastern for the Coke 600 later this evening. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in right now. We'll take our first ad break of the stream. You're listening live to the BetMGM 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series and KRC. So Justin Allgaier, Ty Gibbs, up in the front of the field now. Allgaier stayed out of the pits after winning the stage. Everybody who stayed out of the pits, which was the top 5 on that last race start, all hit pit road. And there were a few others that did not get any stage points that were further back in traffic that also hit pit road looking to make more adjustments. Sheldon Creed being one of those, Jeb Burton, and a few others. Jesse Love also pitted. Love was one of them that stayed out, though, of course. Chase Elliott also stayed out of the pits initially. Think of everybody that pitted, be 21st on back that will be on fresh tires, because that's where Sheldon Creed is at. And he's the highest running of which that did just hit pit road. Had a few drivers that took the wave around with the first caution that ended up coming out to get their lap back. Haley Deegan had gotten a free pass, but a couple others took the wave around. Natalie Decker did not take the wave around, but did get the free pass during the stage end with that caution. So back to 36 cars on the lead lap. Anthony Alfredo, a few laps down after getting into the wall under green flag conditions. He was one of which that also stayed out on those older tires, trying to get out of harm's way. Unfortunately, got maybe a little too far out of the way, and it's a tough situation for him. Being, again, just inside the playoff cut line coming into this.
Justin out.
Extreme cars do a lot of that with the heat cycles, and that really changes.
Yeah, it's coming in to pit right there at the end. Chase Elliott, he's going to look to drive up to the front. Joey, take it away. Well, thanks, guys. So we're getting ready to start the second stage. Something that's interesting here, Justin Allgaier is taking the inside for the first time today. It's the leader. We saw that happen in the truck race last night, guys. The leader was taking the bottom a lot.
Yeah.
But today, the Xfinity cars have been, majority of times, have been taking the outside. So a little bit different restart here. Kyle Busch following the leader on that inside lane as well. So they must feel pretty confident about that bottom. And, Kyle kind of going with the leader, getting a good push here, I think is what he's going for. There you see the stage 1 points. The guys that do get points are the ones that aren't typically in the Xfinity Series running for points. Stage 2 on the way.
Green flag back in the air. No push needed. A great restart for Justin Allgaier. A push on top of the great launch by Kyle Busch will get him into the second place position. And Ty Gibbs might have spun the tires on the outside row 1, as not only the top 2 got around him, but now it looks like Sammy Smith is on the inside. Big block by Gibbs off the exit of turn 2, though, to hold on for third. Barely clear. Oh, and Gibbs goes up the racetrack, and he's up against the wall in turn 3. Not sure what happened there, but Gibbs got up against the fence, went way wide in the center of the corner. Not sure if he overdrove it or if he's got a problem. But Ty Gibbs is losing ground. And in a hurry. Yeah, showing the replay again, up against the wall for Ty Gibbs. I think he just overdrove the corner, but that car went straight. I'm surprised he didn't hit the wall as hard as he did. AJ Allmendinger also got against the wall. His was off the exit of turn 4, not in the center of the corner like Gibbs, and it actually looked like Allmendinger might have hit the wall a little harder. So he was probably on throttle when the contact was made versus Gibbs, I'm sure, was slightly off. Gibbs getting one of those spots back on Brandon Jones through turns 1 and 2, gets to the back bumper of Sammy Smith and has him with a little bit of a push. 4 wide on the backstretch further back in the pack before getting into turn 3. That probably wouldn't have worked if they stayed 4 wide into the corner. Luckily, a couple of them got out of the gas and was just trying to get out of harm's way at that point. Chase Elliott coming from the back of the field again on slightly fresher tires has already made his way to 15th. Sheldon Creed just up in front of him, also on fresh tires after just pitting. He's in the 13th place position. Jeb Burton 16th right behind Elliott, so we'll see. About 9 laps fresher tires. Hard to tell exactly with the lap times who may be the quickest on the racetrack with those drivers still being back in traffic, but they're definitely making quick work of those around them, even on just 9 lap different of tires. Justin Allgaier still out in front of the field, though, at the front. He's 0.8 of a second out ahead of Kyle Busch in second place already. Austin Hill is in third after Gibbs got against the wall. Hill is 1.9 seconds off the lead. Ty Gibbs has rallied back to fourth place quickly to 2.7 seconds behind the leader Allgaier. And Ryan Sieg now jumps up into fifth as he made a pass on Gragson that last lap. Ryan Sieg is 3.6 seconds off the lead. So that is the top 5 in the running order. 3 Chevys, then a Toyota, and a Ford. Another Ford behind them, another Chevy, Toyota is the manufacturer lineup in the top 10 positions. Lap 13 of stage 2. Again, another 45 lap stage, and the second stage end will be at lap 90 and 110 laps in the final stage of the race. And they will have to make a pit stop for fuel purposes at some point in stage 3, but stages 1 and 2 they didn't. Caution coming out when it did back in stage 1 resulted in them to pit. Everybody that pitted when they did during that caution at the end of stage 1, they are good still to go to the end of stage 2 on fuel if this stage goes caution free. Allgaier extending the lead out to about 1 second now over Kyle Busch as he continues to be the quickest car on the racetrack. The last lap for Allgaier was a 32.391. So Gibbs is 32.530. Ryan Sieg was actually faster than Kyle Busch in second the last lap. Gibbs is a 32.606, so about a tenth slower than Busch after he had made contact with the wall on the restart. Sheldon Creed on fresher tires has moved up to 7th. He's the first driver in the running order of those that did pit for those tires. Chase Elliott is up to 9th, just a couple spots behind him. So Creed and Elliott moving through the field quickly here. I'd say a great strategy call by those guys if they're able to make this work out, especially for Creed. Doesn't have a win yet this season. Although it's an aggressive call by him, considering where he was in the running order before all the pit stops even started in the first place. But Chase Elliott, I can understand the strategy call. You're not running for points, so you already basically sacrifice the stage points in stage 1, try to get the better track position. He also started much further back in the field compared to the other Cup regulars that are racing here today. Sheldon Creed with the slide job in turns 1 and 2. Gragson going to try a crossover, but Noah having the older tires. I'm not sure this is going to work out for him very well. Still going to stay committed to the inside. Creed doesn't go all the way near the wall that time. Ran the middle group through 3 and 4. And Creed will clear Gragson again. Elliott also with a big run off the outside lane through 3 and 4. Dives to the bottom and gets to the inside of Gragson. Chase Elliott not going to be able to pull clear of the 30 car as that run off the high side by Gragson is enough to stay door to door with the 17 on the backstretch. So Creed's up to 6th. Once Elliott completes this pass around Gragson, he'll be up to 7th. And that'll be the highest of the running order Elliott has been on speed today. Still kind of pit strategy, I guess, to a certain extent. Obviously, he was second on the restart late in stage 1 with the pit strategy there as well, but on much older tires and quickly fell back. It is worth noting, though, I mean, that is a big difference. So 9-lap fresher tires, we've only really gone about 10 laps into this restart, 10, 11 laps, and already of the drivers that pitted, they're up to 5th and 7th. Allgaier and Busch out in front of the field are already over 4 seconds ahead of Gibbs on back in that running order. Sheldon Creed moves past Austin Hill now for 4th place. And Elliott still back at 7th. Ryan Sieg's fallen back a couple spots as well. Gregson and Elliott got by Sieg. Sieg was just in the top 5 a few laps ago, now back to 8th. We'll go through the full field running order for the first time today at lap 65. Again, Justin Allgaier leads by 7/10 of a second over Kyle Busch in P2. Ty Gibbs is still in 3rd. Sheldon Creed 4th. And in 5th is Noah Gragson. 6th place is Chase Elliott. 7th is Austin Hill. Ryan Sieg 8th. Jesse Love 9th. Sammy Smith rounds out the top 10 in 10. Chandler Smith is 11th. Jeb Burton 12th. Brandon Jones 13th. 14th for Parker Retzlaff. Sam Mayer 15th. 16th is Brennan Poole. AJ Allmendinger 17th. 18th for Jeremy Clements. Cole Custer 19th. Taylor Gray is 20th. Parker Kligerman in 21st. Leland Honeyman 22nd. 23rd is Kyle Weatherman. Matt Benedetto 24th. Dean Thompson 25th. 26th for Garrett Smithley. Kyle Sieg 27th. Josh Williams 28th. Shane Van Gisbergen 29th. Patrick Emmerly is 30th. 31st is Blaine Perkins. JJ Yaley 32nd. 33rd is Ryan Ellis. Dawson Cram 34th. Haley Deegan 35th. Natalie Decker 36th. So 36 cars on the lead lap. 37, 3 laps down is Anthony Alfredo after he got the wall late in stage 1. And the only driver out of the race today, Riley Herbst, will end up with the last place finish in 38th. And still just the 2 cautions today. The Herbst incident off turn 2 and the stage 1 yellow at lap 45. Currently circuiting lap 68 in this one, as we are still in the middle going of stage 2. Again, a 200 lap distance in this one. No inclement weather or anything of that nature looming, so we will get this full Xfinity Series race in. Once again, next week the Xfinity Series heads to Portland. There will be a Saturday doubleheader next weekend on the channel. Actually, it's probably going to be a triple header. We'll probably have Cup practice qualifying in the morning, and then the truck race right after that at Gateway. And at Portland on the West Coast, the Xfinity race will be ran on their first standalone event of the season. So looks like a triple header next Saturday on the channel with the live commentary streams, with 2 different tracks in play.
300 on Fox versus
Where there's 2 laps to go with stage 2. Justin Allgaier in the lead. Busch is second. Ty Gibbs making up a lot of that time after that big loose moment in the beginning of the stage. Got some radio from Kyle Busch here. Let's see what he has to say.
Words. That's for a couple years. We do it, man. We're learning.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. You know, it sounds like his crew chief is trying to figure out what these Xfinity cars are like again. You get used to the Cup car with the diffuser in the back. It's just a completely different game when you get the Xfinity car and you're trying to tune on that. So, fun to hear that conversation for sure.
And from the sounds of it, he sounds possibly a little bit free. You know, they want to take air out of the right rear tire and things like that as we watch the car. And I wonder how good you can see these bumps if you watch Kyle get into 3. If the car kind of, you see his head just kind of move back and forth, and the wheel shakes a little bit before he gets in there. So, and look just how rough it is as he's going. I mean, his head is bouncing off the headrest, and it's a rough ride up there. But he's doing a good job. Both of them are running, you know, great lap times. They're kind of running away from everybody else, but Allgaier's kind of been playing around with lines at 3 and 4. He's not glued to the fence. He's kind of been able to run the top a little bit or run the bottom and been able to keep good pace. So that shows me that 7 car is super good as we listen to the 7 car radio.
Bravo on the top right now. It's like YouTube realm. Howling my head's bouncing so bad. You gotta run up. They give yourself a little quicker.
Yeah, and these cars, I mean, they're set up stiff, right? You don't want the nose floating up in the air. You know, the cars have, they're really stiff springs, really stiff platform in general, and these bumps. You know, it's bad here. You know, this place is it's built on a landfill, guys. Like, it's bumpy. And what happens? Oh, we got a spinner here. The 48, Parker Kligerman, off of turn 4. It's like a little contact on the nose here. You see that crease there right above the Goodyear. And you see a little bit more damage there on the left front for sure. A lot of damage. Splitter's knocked down, obviously, a lot. Let's see what happened here. As I go down the back straightaway, behind a 0-0, he was 19th place. There and right on the fence. Looks free. Trying to put power down, just spins out. I mean, it just shows you. Then he'll probably have contact with the inside wall. Yeah. Just shows you how on edge they are. You know, I mean, you're trying to make speed up by the wall and doing the best you can, and just pushed it a little bit too far. And next thing you know, your day's done. Well, guys, this puts us in another split strategy situation. 17 laps to go. The same point. Some guys have already used up a set of tires. Some have. Is the opportunity there again to save a set for the third stage?
Some guys have already used 2 sets. And so, like, they cannot afford to come. But I'd be curious to see if, you know, who else will come if the front guys do. Because now, you know, the 18 and the 17, the 2, they're back on the strategy as, you know, the 7 and 33 and the 20. So, and they've gained track position. Like Eric said earlier, they net positive from where they were, you know, staying out the first caution and then putting tires onto the brakes. So, be curious to see where everyone's head's at.
Yeah, I'd say the cars are 42 laps on the tires. They're probably going to pit. The tough call is you see Sheldon Creed, Chase Elliott, Jesse Love. Yeah, those guys, they got 26 laps on their tires. It's a lot, don't get me wrong. But when they go back green, they're going to have, what, 14 laps or less or to go at the end of the stage, and then they can get tires again? I mean, it's a tough call. This has been one of the hardest races, I think, for a crew chief to call so far with the way these cautions have felt.
I think these guys need to look at, you know, Sheldon and these guys have to look at coming in, and we got the final stage. It's going to be a longer run till they can pit again if it goes green, so those tires are going to definitely pay off more.
Yeah, definitely a tough situation for them. I look forward to seeing what they're going to do.
Yeah, I feel like you have to stay out here, and then you're going to put stickers on at the break, you know, because I think if you pit here and you have like 10 or so laps on your stuff, and you don't pit at the break, well, you're going to probably maybe run a full fuel run, so it'll be interesting to see.
Well, we're going to figure out what they're going to do after they get Parker Kligerman on the hook, and pit road opens up, and we're going to all figure it out together here at Charlotte Speedway.
Under caution right now in the BetMGM 300 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Justin Allgaier, after winning stage 1, is still your race leader. We'll have some pit stops coming up. I'm sure some drivers will pit, but not all of them. Of course, we'll have split strategies late in stage 2. This is our second caution for incident, our third yellow of the day, our first of stage 2. And again, the cause of the caution is Parker Kligerman spinning off of turn 4. Car just got out from underneath him. Blaney and a lot of the other guys, pretty much everybody in the booth, Logano, Eric Jones, talking about the bumps around this racetrack. And right off the exit of turn 4 on the inside, there's quite a few bumps. And just overall in general in the center of 3 and 4 and getting into turn 1 seems to be where the most violent, and that is where the spin took place. First spin was off the exit of turn 2, but there was a little bit of contact in that one after Herbst had tried a slide job in an original battle for 10th with AJ Allmendinger. Allmendinger got into the back of him, turned him around, and head on into the inside wall went Herbst. So that's why he's done for the day. Kligerman had to get an assist back to pit road as his car had stalled out when trying to get there himself. So we'll have to see if Parker Kligerman will be able to continue on as well. Kligerman also pretty good in the road courses in the Xfinity Series last season. Had a good top 5 run and almost won the race in Portland last year. So he's definitely looking forward to the next couple of weekends after a slower start to this season compared to what he had last year when he qualified for the playoffs on points. 41 likes on the stream so far. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe for more NASCAR content. We'll take an ad break. You're listening live on KRC to the Xfinity race at Charlotte. Believe pit road is open. And we definitely have some takers.
Speedway, they're hitting pit road. Carson, strategy, what do you got? Yeah, guys, Sam Mayer really focused on hitting their marks on this pit box. Really just fighting through adversity here of what they fought. Noah Gregson right in front of him, a little tight on it. Exit with that front end, trying to make that a little bit better, but really happy with his race car with the track positions he got. Josh, who you got?
The 7 of Justin Allgaier, they're debating on pitting there, decided to come. Happy with it. 4 tires for him. Kyle Busch, happy as well. Starts free, but builds a little tight on the longer run.
There's a battle off pit road here. We have a bit of a split strategy. We kind of have what we thought was going to happen. The cars that were had a little bit newer tires on them, they're going to have 20 laps on their tires or so. They stayed out. So Justin Allgaier comes off pit road first. Austin Hill with a great pit stop, up 4 spots. I'm looking forward to seeing what Brad and Austin have to say about this at the studio. I know you guys like to talk about strategy. What's happening here?
Oh, these yellows, if you're a crew chief, are falling at the worst time possible, right? You don't want to have your driver out, Austin, too long on tires. But on the flip side, you only have so many tires you can put on these cars. And we're seeing these yellows, the way they're falling, splitting the field up, and the restarts are chaos, really.
Yeah, I'd say that's what's the toughest thing about this series compared to what we do on Sunday is the limit of times that they have. I mean, most of the time you're running 40, 50 laps on the tires, whereas we're going to teach them after about 30. So it's a bit of a mess up there, and I'm sure this restart for these guys that stay is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, without a doubt. This restart is going to be something to watch.
Well, I would agree with that, guys. The restarts have been chaos the whole time. And when you make it a split strategy like we've seen here already once, it's going to happen again. These guys are going to pay the price to try to get the reward later in the race and having that extra set of tires. And you know what? I kind of feel bad for Chase Elliott through all this because he already did it once. He started to reap the reward for doing what he did. And guess what?
Yeah.
Dang it, I got to do it again. He's going to start up front. But it's definitely going to be a very hairy start for the first 4 cars you see there. We're going to have 15 laps or so newer tires on it for sure. Carson?
Yeah, guys, down here, Brandon Jones really slow into his pit box, still struggling with that brake pedal. It hasn't gotten any better, except gotten worse. Philip Bell is crew chief, trying to talk him through what they're going to do. They're trying to figure out what's loose, what's tight, how much fluid they have. They're trying to get it back running. Right behind him, AJ Allmendinger trying to fix that damage. They had a little bit of Barabon work, but checking the toe, trying to fix that race car and get AJ happy with it.
Yeah, AJ Allmendinger actually pitted under green right before that caution came out, 3 laps before the 48 spun there. So he was actually the free pass this time. So kind of a lucky break for AJ. But we saw where he got in the fence pretty hard there, cutting a tire down eventually, and obviously knocking the toe out as they're trying to fix it. Opportunity for them to try to fix it here with 13 to go in the stage. If they didn't fix it this time, they'll have another caution here coming up shortly to be able to accomplish that.
I'll tell you what's interesting. Before in the first stage when we had that caution, there was only about a handful of guys that stayed out. Now, Justin Allgaier's lined up 19th. There's a lot more drivers that stayed out this caution, in this stage. So I still think, there's going to be, 11 to go when we come back to green. But these guys are lined up way further back than they were before.
We got some horny radio here. Ty Gibbs sounds like he may have an issue.
Yeah. Like, I can feel it. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's something interesting to try to figure out there. The brakes. We talked about it's hot out there today. These cars don't have a bunch of grip. We see cars just spinning out on their own, right? So it's pretty
pretty tough to drive. And when you got to cut speed out, you use the brake pedal. And the thing with it's going fast, it creates a lot of heat. The thing with brake issues is they're not going to get better. Something doesn't resolve itself, and it's really not something you're probably going to fix on pit road. Maybe behind the wall, but most likely it's not something that's getting better.
Well, we see all the time, how much do they tape up other brake openings, right? You're at a mile and a half. You're probably going into here thinking, well, I don't use that much brake. It's a mile and a half, and let's tape it up because that's more downforce. But hey, maybe they put too much tape on it. Brakes are getting hot, wearing them out. They're probably running pretty small pads and rotors here. But maybe they just kind of misjudged that. But curious to see how these guys, the 7, the 33, 21, 20, work their way up to this field with those stickers.
Yeah, they're back there on row 9. 12 laps to go in the stage. New cast of characters up front. Jump there for the 18 on the bottom.
Oh. And Kyle Busch going middle 3, 4 wide for a brief moment. Ty Gibbs is getting stuck there.
Oh, wow. And it's all about the momentum. Kyle Busch now is 10 spots at least in front of Ty Gibbs. But you see, the 7 of Justin Allgaier are able to keep up. Look at the speed difference these guys have. They're just stuck. There's nowhere to go. They got such a huge run, but there's where do I
Whoa!
go?
I mean, that's tough. Like, Justin, he could have easily forced the issue, but there's just nowhere to go. I mean, if someone's running 3 wide in front of you, you can't just stand on the gas and just
look at the speed difference right here, though. Look how much faster they go through the corner. It's incredible to watch it. It's really fun when you're inside the race car. For sure, it's the best moments to be able to just go where they're not and be able to make speed. And those 3 to 4 cars that are the fastest right now are just weaving through them. They got 10 laps to make the most of it here, and they're probably going to hit pit road again.
So Sheldon Creed has extended his lead to a half a second on this restart with 9 laps to go in stage 2. Chase Elliott remains in second place, Jeb Burton third, Parker Retzlaff fourth, and Kyle Busch is already up to fifth. Busch is the first of the drivers who are on the 4 fresh Goodyears, battling with Justin Allgaier, who is also on 4 fresh tires. They should get to the front of the field, but who will get there first between the 33 and the 7 is going to be the question. They're side by side for position right now. Working on the 31 of Retzlaff. They'll split him 3 wide. Headed into turn 1. Busch on the outside of the racetrack through 1 and 2. Allgaier down on the bottom. Allgaier looking to slide up. He's going to take Busch's line away. Now giving Busch just a little bit of room. Busch motivates back to the outside of the 7 again. The 27 and the 17 are coming up. Jeb Burton and the 27 going to be used as a pick. Busch is going to be able to clear the 7 of Allgaier as a result of that. Sam Mayer, also on fresh tires, has closed the gap on the 7 as he's side by side with him. Now it's the duck in line back behind him as he had to move to the outside to get out of the way of the 27 of Jeb Burton. Sheldon Creed still leads, but maybe not for long. Allgaier and Busch have both gotten by Elliott. Ty Gibbs still working his way through. Did not get through the field as quickly as Mayer, Allgaier, and Busch. Gibbs is now up to 7th. 6 to go for Sheldon Creed, but he's only about a half a second ahead of Kyle Busch. Creed trying to run the outside of the racetrack. Busch down on the bottom. Just Allgaier also went to the inside lane that time through 1 and 2. Sam Mayer did get to 4th as he is working his way by Austin Hill in the 21. Actually, Hill just made the pass, I believe, on Mayer. So Hill to the bottom of the track to 3 and 4, cleared Mayer off the exit of the corner. Pass for the lead now in 1 and 2 with 5 to go in the stage. Busch to the inside of the 18, I should say, of Sheldon Creed. Didn't complete the pass like he would have wanted, though. Side by side on the backstretch. Busch has to drive it in deep to make sure he's going to be able to clear Creed this time off 3 and 4, and he will. Allgaier also going to be able to clear Creed from a ways back. Allgaier definitely got by the 18 car quicker than the 33, so he closed the gap on Busch, who is now back in the race lead. Second different time Busch has led today. Jesse Love side by side for position with Ty Gibbs. This is a battle for 6th. And Allgaier going for the lead on Busch through 3 and 4. Center of the corner, Allgaier all over the back bumper of Busch. Great exit. Justin able to win the race back to the gas. And Allgaier leads that lap at the line and clears Busch before getting into turn 1. Busch in that middle to upper groove through turns 1 and 2. Allgaier down to the bottom, going to slide up the racetrack. Stays clear. Busch with the momentum surge on the back straightaway, headed for turn 3. Busch was unable to get Justin Allgaier back. Sam Mayer making a pass on Sheldon Creed now. Austin Hill also made a pass. I think Ty Gibbs is going to be able to get by Creed before the end of the stage to move into 5th. We're on the final lap of stage 2. 0.6 of a second lead already for Allgaier. He's dominated the race today, seems to have the fastest car in the field. Working his way into turns 3 and 4 with a little over a half a second lead over Busch again. Sweep the stages at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 7th and 8th stage wins of the year for Allgaier very early in this season. Only the 12th points race out of 26 in the regular season. Allgaier finally got that first win at Darlington, got 5 playoff points there. He now has 13 playoff points on the season, despite the fact he only has 1 win. Trying to go for number 2 and in back-to-back Xfinity races here today. So after Allgaier wins stage 1, Kyle Busch ended up 2nd in the stage, Austin Hill 3rd, Sam Mayer 4th, and Sheldon Creed 5th. Ty Gibbs 6th, Ryan Sieg 7th, Chandler Smith 8th, Jesse Love 9th, and Noah Gragson rounds out the top 10. So once again, that is the top 10 at the end of stage 2, all receiving stage points except for the Cup regulars of Gragson, Gibbs, and Busch. And Elliott made his way, fell back, to 11th. He was on the older tires. And Sheldon Creed did still hold on to 5th on his old tires as well. He's got a pretty nice race car. Of the Toyotas, I would have expected coming into the race Gibbs to be the quickest and probably Chandler Smith to be the second quickest, but Sheldon Creed's showing out. Definitely outrunning Chandler Smith. And he might have something for Ty Gibbs. We'll see how the strategy is going to pan out. And I'm sure Creed will come onto pit road now. Not doing that before. As well as Chase Elliott and many others. So these drivers that have 15-lap fresher tires were able to get to the front of the field. Now we're going to be on about 9-lap older tires, 11 laps, 11-lap older tires when we get back to racing. We are at stage 2, so we got 2 things to do. Number 1 is close the poll out in the chat for who you think is going to win the race here today. 91 votes were casted. 37% of you say somebody other than Busch, Gibbs, or Elliott will win. Taking my pick, Ty Gibbs. So only a 1% difference there. It was a very tight poll. With Allgaier winning the first 2 stages and leading the race right now, you guys in the chat seem to be collectively right. We'll see if that poll will stand true. We all took Corey Heim collectively, both you guys and me, last night. Didn't work out for us there, but we'll see if this race... Well, it's going to go either your way or my way, I guess. Well, it could go neither way. I guess Kyle Busch and or Chase Elliott could end up winning, so... In that case, we'd be both wrong, but unless that happens, one of us will be right. I'll have to wait and see which one it'll be. The other thing we have to do during the diecast, or during the Stage 2 break, is the diecast showing. So here we go. We've got last year's Coca-Cola 600 winner, and although it's not the same paint scheme, I don't have next-gen diecast of Ryan Blaney yet. Need to get on that, especially after he won the title last year. But needless to say, this is a diecast from 2020. Blaney did win the diecast, or did win the Coke 600 last season, so figure I'd show off a Ryan Blaney diecast. He's in the broadcast booth today as well. And I've got the shirt on with this car. If I turn around, which I will after I show the diecast off, I actually have this paint scheme on the back of my shirt. That was not choreographed, by the way. I did not plan on that being the case. But again, this is from the 2020 season. And I've really liked the advanced auto parts schemes on Blaney's car over the years. The midnight scheme he's had in the last couple seasons with the black one as well, I really like. So Ryan Blaney, last year's Coke 600 winner, 2023, is the diecast showing for today.
He's selling it down here. He's actually got an advantage at 2% of some of these guys down pit road. Race car rate. They should be able to.
Stops finish up here. You see Jim Burton leaving to stall the race off of pit road. Looks like Justin Allgaier's boys going to get the job done, but Austin Hill's boys do it too. They're going to gain a spot. Jesse Love up 6. Kyle Busch down 3. That's a big move right there. So Justin Allgaier, one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, is going to have some clean air to fire off the 3rd stage here. I think we should dial up Kyle Busch. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Right. Hey, Kyle, it's Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano on the Fox booth. You got me?
Hello, Eric Joe.
Well, how you doing? It's looking like not too bad of a day here. It looks like a few laps in the run. You get up on the top side in your car. It looks solid, but that 7's really strong. What are you going to need here in this last stage to go up and get in?
Grip. Just fire off a little loose, and then once my balance is correct, I feel like we're the same. And then I get a little bit tighter, and he gets a little bit looser. I feel like it's still the same. So, gotta find a little bit here, but been running up all the games tonight, and feeling pretty good at the arrow out front, trying to make sure that we can try to win. Here's race at the end.
Sounds good. Have some fun and good luck at the end of the thing.
Yeah, these boys learn their football stuff, so I'm
Jeez.
You guys, we just got some game-changing news right here. The 7, Justin Allgaier, speeding out pit road.
Uh-oh.
See how great his car really is. Can he come from the back? He's seen laps to go. He's definitely. You also see Austin Hill and a 91 of Kyle Weatherman also with a. And you gotta wonder too. The first 2 cars with the pit road penalty are following each other. It's going to be tough for him.
Josh, you got a celebrity down there in the pits?
I'm down here. Yeah, I'm down here with celebrity. Good friend of mine, Phil Jr. I just had to break the bad news to him of the 7-car speeding on pit road, but Justin's been really strong. I think he can rebound. What about you?
I don't know. I mean, once you get in that top 5, it's hard to pass. But what universe is this where you're interviewing me during the race? It's got to be pretty cool. I love this drivers only broadcast. It lets you guys know how hard this TV stuff is.
No, you're for sure. This has been a learning experience for sure. A little nervous at first, getting better. What do you think? Can Justin get back up there?
I think he can, but again, you get into that top 5, and especially with Kyle Busch in the field, that guy's gonna be hard to get around. But Justin's car's been amazing, and JRM as a whole has been pretty good today. So we got to clean up a few things, and Justin's always gonna make it interesting.
Awesome, thank you.
Look at that celebrity in the pits, checking on his race team. Got a Mears Gang hat on. Josh Berry fan hair. Josh Berry fan. Look at Dale Jr. signing autographs. Man of the people. Celebrity things right there. Hall of Famer Dale Jr. He's doing it. Let's check in with the studio. Let's see what Bradley and Austin are up to over there. You guys with us?
We were eating candy, Joey, but that just ended, and now we're just enjoying the show here. Dale Jr. with the cameo appearance. It's getting better than that.
I'm with Ryan. I really like this hat. What'd you guys have for lunch up there? What did they bring you?
We have tacos for life. Pretty amazing. But it's candy, honestly.
It's pretty strong.
It's not even Tuesday. We have highlights on this. Oh, I got to see this.
Yeah. What do you got?
Yeah. What's the moments here? Did Wayne? Did you spill any on the green jacket?
He was eating the verde salsa. So
Verde salsa. That's why I did it.
Might as well show when I see tacos.
Yeah.
Why was it last long? Never stop up there, guys. You better be careful.
I've had no time to eat. All I can tell you is Adam's job is it's really hard up here. They're
Joe, you're doing a
throwing
great job.
stats at me. They're throwing things, and Pam's talking in my ear. There's times that things are happening, and I don't even know it's happening. It's not half the ranks in this position.
Adam, we miss you.
We do.
This is just it's only broadcast. Junior said it best. Like it's like an appreciation for the broadcast. especially early in my career, Austin, I get done with a race and I watch it on TV and I'm like, oh, they didn't show this or they missed that. And now that I'm doing it from the studio or up to like, I get why I missed those things.
Yeah, see, I'll do something that with Joey. You gave me suspense in speeding police. Like he's like, oh, we just gotta report it. That's so like, that's a big deal. I mean, the shot's got it considered now. That's the thing. It's good. That was great delivery.
Thank you. I wanted to keep everyone at the edge of their seats all the way through that.
So
I could have maybe made that last a lap and a half to really build it up even more. But two cars getting a speeding penalty, guys. This is going to be a pretty tricky situation and obviously change the dynamic of this race in a complete 180. I'm sure Kyle Busch is actually pretty happy about it. It's going to work out good for him. But thanks for checking in with us, fellas. We're going to go back racing. You guys keep eating your candy or whatever you're doing. We're going to go back racing.
And let's take a look at the Toyota top performers today. We got Sheldon Creed up there in third. He's really turned his day around. Chandler Smith in fifth, hanging around all day. Ty Gibbs been a little bit up and down, trying to get that balance right in sixth. And Taylor Gray in ninth. But we're coming green, guys. We got
Noah Gragson. Noah Gragson's the only car who stayed out right there. So they're banking on, saving that set of stickers for later, having an extra set compared to everybody else. But he's going to be in a little bit of world of hurt here. But that car actually has been pretty good. So we'll see if he can hang on.
He took the outside lane. You see that bottom being pretty strong. He does got a good launch there, but Kyle's not going to waste much time. You know, when there's a car with old tires on it, you can't afford to follow him. You've got to get in a different lane than he does. Kyle does a good job at that.
Noah's in a tough spot here now. He's just got to get settled in through these first couple laps, find a spot to ride, and let this strategy hopefully play out for him.
How about Jesse Love leading this race? We talked about it before. We talked about it early in the race. He's going to these tracks for the first time in an Xfinity car. He's going to a lot of tracks for the first time in an Xfinity car, and he just gets some great air around Sheldon Creed as he went to the top, but this is going to be a heck of a race. I think the 18 cars got a little better through the day. The 2 car, there's some new players up in the front today.
Ty Gibbs, that's his teammate there in front of him. He's definitely trying to find a way around Sheldon Creed anywhere he can. You know, Sheldon, good strategy call, right? That's why he's up there before. He stayed out there in the run before, did a good job playing defense, finishing towards the front. Good pit stop. Now you see him running in third.
Very distinctive lanes, just 3 awesome lanes that this racetrack provides from all the way on the bottom to the middle to the top. I mean, that's what makes this track great. And this didn't happen like 5 years ago. I feel like there wasn't this many lanes in this track 5 years ago, and for whatever reason, it's gotten to this perfect age of surface to where all 3 lanes are fairly similar, especially in restarts, and it just gives you all these options. There's still just spring racing like we see on Sundays or Saturdays, last race, it's all for a while.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here in Charlotte. Like, for a while, the racing was like, it's not that great. That's honestly why the Roval started. And now you look at the racing here, it's one of the best, maybe the best mile-and-a-half racetrack we got right now when you watch the racing across the field. I wish we came here twice with the Oval now when you look at how good the racing is. I don't know what fixed it. Keep doing whatever you're doing, though.
Again, still trying to find a way around Sheldon here. We'll go ahead and try to shot him down here. And again, we talked about this paint. I think he's going to go try to get right on that line down here. And it's just a lot of momentum on that top coming off of 2.
Momentum. Watch it just pull down that back straightaway. And Sam Mayer with a run because of that, going to be able to pull down in front of, or inside of Ty Gibbs. So try to finish it. He did grab the paint pretty well there, Blaney.
Gosh, these guys are racing hard. I mean, these 3 cannot get away from each other.
This is what we're talking about. This is great racing at a mile and a half. When you got multiple lanes, you just go all over the place.
We're going to be 3 seconds there, but they got that 1 car better through the day. We talked about, Carson talked about it earlier before the race started. Andrew Overstreet, usually works on that 88 car when it makes starts. Has worked with Sam Mayer in the past. He's filling in this weekend. Andrew does a great job. He was my engineer at the Wood Brothers, for a while before he went to JRM, and he does a great job. And they got that car better throughout the day, and they figured it out. And Sam is top 5.
Well, not to be a surprise, Sam's been really fast on these mile and a half. He's won 2 in the last 3 mile-and-a-half races. It's not surprising to see him up towards the front.
You never know. He gets up to get some clean air on that thing. It might be what it takes to win it. Here's the 7. He's up 16 spots, all the way up to 14th already. He's plugging away. He's gonna have to get him as quickly as possible. See Phil Custer in his sights next to try to get some more spots. Still 95 laps to go. He's gonna have another pit stop. He's gonna have some time. He's gonna hope that there's a caution at some point in this for sure.
Really going to need that yellow to probably have a chance to be in contention. That's a long road to hoe there for 100 green flag laps to make it up.
He's behind the leader. And that's not far behind, so yeah, we've seen that car be really good on the long run too. You know, and I think that's where it's really going to flex its muscle is when we get 20 laps or so on these tires. And the good thing about that, we've talked about how good he can run the bottom all day. Yeah. Everyone migrates to the top, so now he's going to have clean air on the bottom as laps go on. So I think that's just going to play into Justin's hands a little bit more if we get some longer runs.
And as the leaders, Jesse Love, Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, as they catch the lap cars, it's going to give him an opportunity to
get a pack in air. Oh, that's as close as you can possibly get.
Trying to get that left rear corner. He just barely does into the corners.
He might hanging on pretty well here. Only fell back to going to be 13th in here in second, but I think that's probably better than maybe what they even anticipated.
Yeah, I thought, you looked at the first couple laps of that restart, I'm like, he's going to settle in about 30th the way he was falling backwards, but he found a good lane up there on the wall for him there, and it seems to be working pretty well as Justin Allgaier moves through there. We got one more break we got to grab here. It's a double box, so you're not going to miss anything as the racing continues to be fantastic at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Side-by-side commercial break right now on Fox. Looks like Kyle Busch has extended his lead now to 0.2 of a second over Jesse Love. Just made the pass right as they were going to commercial break. Caution is out further back in the field. And this will be the first yellow of stage 3. Anthony Alfredo, by the way, did get the free pass during the stage 2 break. Showing a replay of the incidents. Looks like the 28 of Kyle Sieg. 22 has brought out our 5th caution of the race, our 3rd for incidents, as we still have 92 laps to go. Justin Allgaier had driven up to 12th after restarting at the tail end of the field on his speeding penalty. Austin Hill 17th. But again, Kyle Busch leading over Jesse Love, and Busch took the lead right before the caution came out. A little bit of debris on the backstretch following the spin from Allgaier as well. Still waiting for them to come back. While we wait on them to come back from the commercial break, we'll take another ad break ourselves. Again, you're listening live to the BetMGM 300 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway on KRC. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. We're at 47 likes on the stream. Our goal is to get to 100. We're just past the halfway point in this race. And again, we are in the final stage. Looked like the safety truck on the backstretch was starting to drive away, and then they saw another piece of debris, and the guy is hustling. Get out of the passenger seat, go pick that up before the field came by. That's what you call quick cleanup right there.
Charlotte Motor Speedway under the yellow flag. Look at this beautiful aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, powering every mile and every moment on NASCAR, the road to victory. Goodyear, more driven. Well, boys, This has changed it up quite a bit. We have a spinner. It was off of turn 2. Kyle Sieg running 28th place, but the pit strategy, as it opens, is going to be mixed up. Carson?
Yeah, guys, Noah Gregson, this fits right into their strategy. They planned on saving a set, didn't fall back as they expected, only fell to 13th here, so they're going to come down, put 4 tires on. They're still going to have an extra one later in the pits. You guys up at the booth, he's going to take off here, but yeah, plays right into their strategy here.
Yeah, I think it couldn't have went better for Noah Gregson and his team right there. It's basically, I think maybe they could have won a couple of more laps there to really take advantage of the tires here, but I think he's still going to end up having a good advantage here on the reflag.
Yeah, this is the reward. You know, these guys all paid the price at some point during the race to save a set of tires for this moment right here. Like you said, you wish everyone had a little bit older tires, but they had that once, you know, there's 2 sets left. Now they all have 1 set left to pit at some point. So it'll be another fun restart when we get back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
So just a handful of drivers coming onto pit road. Kyle Busch, Jesse Love continue on with their lead. This is going to line Justin Allgaier up another couple spots, I do believe. Still just outside the top 10, and Austin Hill's around 16th place currently as well. So those drivers, again, had speeding penalties during the pit stops that took place during the Stage 2 caution. And 90 laps to go in this one, now 89 under the yellow. Allgaier going to be in 12th on the restart exactly. But RCR out in front of the field with Kyle Busch leading the way. Jesse Love in second. Ty Gibbs jumped up to third right before the caution came out as he was battling the heck out of Sam Mayer and Sheldon Creed for the longest time in that restart. And Chase Elliott also got by Sheldon Creed to move into the top 5 right before the caution flag had come out as well. Kyle Busch over 100 career wins in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, most all-time both in the Xfinity and the Truck Series combined. Over 200 career wins total between Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks as well. And trying to add to that total here today. He has not won in the Cup Series yet this season, but he does have 2 wins in his 5 truck starts. And I'm not sure if we're going to see Busch in all 5 potential Xfinity Series starts. He hasn't made one yet this year till now. This is his first of the season. But he is eligible to run 4 more Xfinity races this year. So we'll see if Busch runs that 33 car a few more times. Steve Reed, Troy, thanks for tuning in. Should be getting lined up for the restart very soon. Got a Corey LaJoy Chili's commercial on right now. I think that's the first I've seen that ad. I can't play the actual like audio of the ad, so I'm probably gonna go the whole season without actually knowing what they're saying during it. But hopefully it was a good one. So we got Kyle Busch, Jesse Love, your top 2. Ty Gibbs is 3rd, Sam Mayer 4th, Chase Elliott 5th. That is the top 5 for this next restart.
We're fed. You know, I always appreciate that.
Well, guys, you found the food. Yeah. Blaine said they feed us well up here in the Fox booth.
Tacos for life.
You know what I got out of that is you guys are just eating, and I'm over here trying to lead this deal. And you just enjoying your time over here. It's a lot easier when I sat over to the right side.
Just in case you're.
They were. I didn't want to quite take that over. Boy, we're coming to a restart here, guys. Those guys that just pitted, they're back in 27th, 28th. They're way back there. They only got 11 laps newer tires. I think they'll still move through the field, but not at a rapid rate like we've seen. I don't know what you guys think.
It's going to be tough for them. We got that beautiful
GR Supra looking lean and mean out there and putting them back to green.
It's nice wordplay. Yeah, it's very nice.
All right, so Busch and Love on the front row once again. Kyle Busch on the inside lane. Jesse Love on the outside. Green flag back in the air. 86 laps to go at Charlotte in the NASCAR Xfinity Series BetMGM 300. Good push from behind. Ty Gibbs giving to Kyle Busch. Throughout the first half of this race today, mostly seeing the control car on the outside of row 1. Now they've moved to the bottom 2 times in a row, and it's worked out 2 times in a row. Only this time, it's going to hurt for the inside of row 2 as Ty Gibbs gets manhandled basically by Sam Mayer and Jesse Love, a couple of the young guns in the Xfinity Series. Oh, Gibbs got a piece of the wall off turn 4. Came up right behind the one of Sam Mayer. And Jesse Love going to retake the race lead away. Great fire-off speed on yet another restart for the 2. He is clear off the exit of the corner, and his teammate Busch going to try the crossover. A little contact as he pulled out of line to make the side draft. Mayer to second after Love had gotten slowed down quite a bit on the back straightaway. Mayer now trying to block the 2 on the front stretch after making the pass for position. And Mayer carrying the momentum now down into turn 1 as he gets right in line behind Busch on the inside. Slips underneath him. Busch a little tight off the exit of the corner. Door to door for the lead. This time it's Sam Mayer trying to take his first lead of the race. Big push from the 20 of Gibbs to the back of the 2 of Jesse Love. Gibbs Mayer lost ground to Busch. Chase Elliott now in the picture, and don't forget about Justin Allgaier's moved to 6th after the restart. 6th position gain in the first 3 laps since the restart this time around. Chandler Smith up back inside the top 10 for the first time in a while as well. He qualified 3rd, but we haven't seen him much in this race. An aggressive move by the Cup regular Chase Elliott. Took it 3 wide on the back straightaway that last time by. He was able to clear Jesse Love off turn 4. Got alongside Gibbs for a short moment before having to dive back in line behind him on the front stretch. But Elliott is now up to 4th place as Jesse Love tries to battle back. A lot of battling going on behind the race leader Kyle Busch has allowed Busch to extend his lead slowly over Sam Mayer by at least a few car lengths, and an even bigger gap back to the 3rd place car of Gibbs. Allgaier back into the top 5 after his pit road speeding penalty, which really wasn't all that long ago. Allgaier won the first 2 stages of the race, and he has led the most laps thus far. Currently up into 5th. Love back to 6th after restarting outside of row 1. And actually put the battle back to Kyle Busch and led a lap at one point during this restart as well. Brandon Jones, who was very good early in the day, working the outside. He's still back in the 18th place position. He's on fresher tires. He was one of the few that hit pit road during this last caution. He's got 11 lap fresher tires and a lot of them up at the front of the field. And now we have problems for Sheldon Creed. Right front tire is down on Creed's race car. We continue to stay green. It has to limp it to pit road. No caution flag. Creed's going to fall off the lead lap in a tough break as he has had a fast car and has had a pretty solid day going thus far, but not anymore. So Sheldon Creed down on the pit road with an issue. Again, right front tire flat. Might have made contact with somebody or the wall at some point there. We saw Gibbs get up against the wall right up the exit of turn 4, but he's still continuing on strong. Battle for the lead again between Kyle Busch and Sam Mayer. Mayer got to the inside. Going to try to side draft the left rear corner panel down the front stretch, door to door, into turns 1 and 2. Mayer all the way to the bottom of the track. Going to slide up. Mayer is clear, but here comes Busch with the crossover. Cuts to the middle to get a little bit of clean air on the nose on the exit of the corner. Busch with a head of steam is going to complete the crossover into turns 3 and 4. And he is clear well before getting into the corner. But now it's Busch who goes wide as he looks to be a little tight. Seen a couple times where Busch seems to go really wide off the exit of the corner. He does again there. Maybe he went the wrong way on an adjustment during the last pit stop, but needless to say, Sam Mayer challenging for the lead again. Not going to be able to clear Busch with a slide job through 1 and 2 this time. Busch not all the way up near the wall, pinching Mayer down on the entrance, and clear again is Kyle Busch. And again, here comes Gibbs. Gibbs within a half a second of the leaders now. And Busch and Mayer could be using their tires up just a little bit on the restart. Mayer within 2 car lengths of the race leader Busch. Still 77 to go. We are outside the fuel window yet to make it on fuel to the end. A lot of racing still to go at the Charlotte Motor Speedway today. First of 2 streams. Remember, practice and qualifying live commentary stream is still yet to come for the Coke 600. That will begin at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 hours from now. But as far as the only race today, this has been a good one so far. And a great battle for the lead, probably the best battle for the lead we've had today. Kyle Busch and Sam Mayer continue to go at it. Mayer took a look to the bottom of the racetrack, was not able to make the pass. Busch extends his lead on the front stretch into turn 1, and Ty Gibbs is now charging for second, looking to the inside of Mayer in turn 1 as well. Gibbs doesn't go all the way to the bottom of the track. He goes to the middle. And it looks like Sheldon Creed has hopped out of his race car. Creed's day is done after having the right front tire failure and pulling onto pit road several laps ago. Again to the bottom of the track is Mayer. He gets alongside Busch. He has a few times, just hasn't been able to complete the pass. And another failed pass attempt, and that just allows Gibbs to close the gap even more on the one of Mayer. A lane off the wall is Gibbs just trying to get a little bit of clean air. Great acceleration in the middle of 1 and 2 by Mayer. Gibbs definitely got tight. Lost a lot of ground to the top 2 in front of him. I think Mayer's quicker than Busch. Busch a little loose getting into 3. Up on the outside lane of the racetrack, and the door may be open now for Sam Mayer. Door to door, contact on the front stretch. There's a little bit of smoke there. The one definitely got into the 33. Busch goes all the way down the track to side draft the one as they get into 1 and 2. And now Mayer overdrives the corner. He clipped the apron getting into 1. Busch goes up to the wall trying to gain the momentum, and again, Busch holds on. And after the contact made, here comes Gibbs, a bigger run this time on the back straightaway for second. He'll go to the middle groove. Busch near the wall on the outside, Mayer on the bottom. Gibbs is going to carry more momentum, off the exit of the corner than Mayer. Mayer pulls alongside Busch. They side draft again for the lead. Mayer is going to be clear into turn 1. He's going to try to pull up the slide job. He is clear again. Busch with the momentum on the high side will be coming right back after him. Mayer took his line away to the bottom. Busch will go to the top into 3 and 4. Mayer going to try to slide up clear again off the exit of the corner. He's going to be able to do so. We'll see how much racetrack, but this time Mayer did not have Busch get to his inside. And Sam Mayer holds on to the lead. And the first time he has at least been successfully clear of the lead at the start-finish line today. And now Ty Gibbs is going after Busch for second place as Kyle's fading on this long run. This car definitely doesn't seem as good at this point in the race as what he did in the first 2 stages. Justin Allgaier, by the way, still back at 6th. Cole Custer on slightly fresher tires has moved into 5th place, and he is on the move. Remember, Custer, one of the 5 cars that hit pit road during the last caution, has 11-lap fresher tires. Josh Berry on pit road, standing with Sheldon Creed, who just hopped out of his car. After the slight buffering, of course.
Start working on it, make it better. See track position, stage 2. Round. Okay, we got to. This is warning. Young kids Toyota. Should be ready for time. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Fortunate for him, he's had some solid runs. Sheldon has been in position.
All right, so again, that was Sheldon Creed. Obviously, a little hard to hear him over the cars on the racetrack, but that interview on pit road where, of course, he pulled into his box and then eventually pulled out of his car after a brake rotor failure on the right front, it seems. So we saw the right front tire go down. That was after contact with the wall, but the contact with the wall happened because of the brake failure headed into turns 1 and 2 on whatever lap that ended up taking place for Sheldon Creed. So Creed will be one of 3 drivers out for the day. The others, Parker Kligerman and Riley Herbst. Your top 10 right now after Sam Mayer has taken the lead is Mayer out in front. He's pulled ahead by 1 second now over Kyle Busch. Ty Gibbs still right there behind him in third. Cole Custer on fresher tires is up to fourth. Chase Elliott fifth. Noah Gragson also on fresh tires up to sixth. Justin Allgaier is in seventh. Brandon Jones eighth. Taylor Gray ninth. And Ryan Sieg is in 10th place. That is your top 10 in the running order, with 67 laps to go at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Noah Gragson working on Chase Elliott for position, was not able to make the pass. A couple of Junior Motorsport Chevys of Justin Allgaier and Brandon Jones right in line behind, and Jones has slightly fresher tires as well. Cole Custer, again, the highest in the running order of those on fresher tires. That last lap, he was only about 2/1000ths of a second quicker than the leader, Sam Mayer. The lap time Kyle Busch just ran of a 33:008. Gibbs was faster than him by about 1/10 of a second. And Gibbs is right there. He just can't get around Busch. Kind of like when Mayer was all over Busch for about a dozen laps before finally completing the pass and pulling away. And again, everybody has to pit for fuel one more time. The fuel window is 55 to 60 laps, and we're at 66 laps to go. I would imagine somewhere in the ballpark between 50 to 60 to go is when we'll start to see green flag stops, because that will be splitting this final stage in half. A lot of these teams have not pitted since the stage end, which was at lap 90. Had some yellow flag laps obviously in there, but not all green flag laps. Still, to split the stage in half would be 55 and 55. Austin Hill's been struggling with a loose race car today. I've noticed him wiggle off the exit of the corner from the very beginning. Did again on the outside lane of Sammy Smith. They're in an extremely tight battle with each other. That's about as aggressive of a side draft as I think I've seen before entering a corner today by Austin Hill. He was tucked all the way on that 8 car getting into the corner. And this is a battle for 12th place on the racetrack between these 2 cars. They're now 1.9 seconds ahead. Only win for Sam Mayer was on a 1.5 mile track at the Texas Motor Speedway, where he really came alive in the final stage, and that seems to be the case here, where he just slowly gets better throughout the day. His teammate Justin Allgaier, who won the first 2 stages, looked like he was going to be the dominant car. And although Allgaier got back up into the 6th place position after restarting at the tail end of the field at the beginning of the stage, he has now fallen back to 8th again. And Mayer is trying to pick up the win here for JRM. Custer's still trying to get that first win for Ford in the Xfinity Series this season. Again, he is in 4th. The aggressive battle continues still between Austin Hill and Sammy Smith. They're just crisscrossing each other up. Crossover after crossover, near contact, and a lot of side drafting. Straightaway after straightaway. Sammy Smith has won the battle. He pulls ahead by a few car lengths now in the backstretch into turn 3. 62 to go. Battle for 5th on track as well between Chase Elliott and Brandon Jones. Both to the outside of the track through 1 and 2. Jones pulling off the wall in the center of the corner now. Probably gets slightly better turn of the car on 11 lap fresher tires. Into turns 3 and 4. Elliott up near the wall. Jones about a half a lane below him on the bottom, then turning down off the exit of the corner to get to the inside of Elliott. Side by side on the front stretch, headed for turn 1. One of the better runs of the season for Brandon Jones so far, and again, Junior Motorsports has had a pretty solid day collectively. And now Brandon Jones back in the top 5 to 5th. At one point, Sammy Smith was up in the top 5 earlier, but again, back in 12th after battling Austin Hill for a lengthy period of time. Shout out, by the way, to Anthony Alfredo, running in 14th place right now. He was 3 laps down after stage 1 when he had to come onto pit road during green flag conditions. He was slow. He had a right front tire down after getting up against the wall. Again, that was towards the end of stage 1. It was that restart with 9 laps to go in the first stage. So he finished the last 3 laps on pit road. And then when the caution came out, I believe Natalie Decker got the free pass there. So he was still 3 down. He took the wave around to get a lap back with the caution at stage 2 for Parker Kligerman spinning. Then he got the free pass during the stage 2 break to go from 2 laps down to 1 lap down. He got the free pass again at lap 107 after the Kyle Sieg spin, which was the most recent caution. And he's gone from the free pass position to 14th place. What a battle back for Anthony Alfredo. Now, I'm not sure how many sets of tires he has left. He could be on his last one. I really don't know. I would imagine he still has 1 set left. I would hate to say he's got 2 like a lot of these bigger teams, but he definitely, you would like to think, has 1 set of tires left to the end. But a great recovery for Anthony Alfredo. Again, from 3 laps down to 14th in this race at this point. Just wanted to shout him out there because I saw where he was running on the leaderboard. It's definitely deserving of a shout out. He's 10th in points for a reason in the Xfinity Series this season. Smith flipping off Austin Hill, and maybe. They were definitely racing each other pretty hard. Cole Custer made his way to 3rd place as he has gotten by Ty Gibbs, in recent laps. Noah Gragson and Chase Elliott have been battling for an extremely long period of time. Gragson just cannot get around that 17 car. And Justin Allgaier's been pretty much trapped behind both of them as a result. Now Allgaier's going to get trapped behind the lap car of Dawson Cram. Had a good run underneath the 30, but there was no chance for him to pull up and stay door to door with the 4 of Cram in the way. Gregson again to the bottom of the track. Now all the way down to the white line that time. He stayed more in the middle groove to 3 and 4, and he'll stay door to door with Elliott on the front stretch. Cole Custer has now caught Kyle Busch in a battle for 2nd. Green flag pit stops are on the horizon. Jesse Love the first down onto pit road.
This is what's happening right now. They're all coming. Well, the majority are. This is for a lot of them their last set of tires. So if a caution comes out after this, they're going to be in quite the scenario. But a lot of cars hit pit road right now. Austin Hill down pit road. Yeah, definitely interesting. 56 laps to go. We've seen how good these guys that have a few extra laps, better tires driving through the field. It's interesting to see everybody coming. The 7 on pit road now. Everyone trying to short pit each other to try to get that lap with fresher tires and get something. Josh Berry, the 7's coming at you.
Yeah, the 7 car's on pit road here with 55 to go. Less grip in traffic, tighter with the front tires, 4 tires and some adjustments for Justin. And the 20 of Ty Gibbs, too tight, got some right front damage from the wall. This is his last set stick, so he'll be running this to the end.
He said, you look at the front bumper of the 20, the right side of the 20. That car's been through a battle for sure. It's still fast. It's like he's been at Homestead. Carson, we got the 17 coming at you.
Yeah, guys, unlike everybody else, they're coming in and putting 4 tires on, but they still have 4 over the wall. But the issue is, right now, their race car tight all day. They have not made a change. They have not done anything. They're going to make a big adjustment here. Josh, got it.
Again, double zero, Cole Custer. Got some quarter panel damage early in the race. They got that repaired. Cars better, just a little bit tight. Should be good here till the end.
So they tried to, you saw the battle with 33. Just flipping Cowboys. Commercial, we got some there.
Yeah, guys, execute is the only word on the radio for Sam Mayer. No mistakes here. They just want a good, clean stop. They're putting confidence in him while he was under green. Now, Brandon Jones, he's been very good for your place down here. He's been on pit road 5 times more than everybody else. 4 tires, clean stop, and he's play, guys.
I like that strategy from Kyle Busch, running a little bit long here. Everybody really jumped on it. Seeing the other cars come to pit road, and I think Kyle's going to run some extra laps here and try to see if he can get these guys in the backside.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly if he's trying to do that or he's going to try to run long and bank on a late race caution and he'll have new tires there too. So yeah, maybe he realized he wasn't quite fast enough to win the race. He's in an all or nothing situation. Points does not matter to Kyle Busch at all. And I don't think he cares about finishing 2nd or 3rd. I think he saw that that's probably what it was going to look like. And this is his only play to figure out a way to beat him. So he may be hoping that this runs another 20 laps, maybe even 30 before a caution comes. Well, he might not be able to run that level for gas, but he's probably hoping it runs another 15 to 20 laps.
Yeah, and I think he's going to run really long, right? You can't just make a stop 5 laps after everyone else has made a pit stop. Carson, no Greg's on pit road.
Yeah, Greg sit down here. They talked about going long, and they decided to just come in, put 4 tires on it. This is his last set of tires, so he'll be good for the rest of the way once they're done and away.
Let's see, Kyle Busch, he hit pit road. I guess he went for the split it right down the center strategy. You would look for him to be strong late in this run. Let's see if it works out. Josh Berry, 33 is coming at you.
Yeah, 33 Kyle Busch. Ran a little bit for there on. You go. Kyle's been pretty quiet on the video lately. Feels like they got a good long run. Let's see how this plays out for game.
So I do believe that will be the majority's last set of tires. I think Chase Elliott still has one more set. So we'll have to see how they all merge back out here after a lot of them have fitted. There's still a few left that haven't fitted. You see there on the left of your screen, Kyle C. Honeyman are still left to be to fit. Shane Mayer's already fitted. So he's allowing it to go out. You may have a caution on this. We'll see. The left front obviously exploded on that car.
And Kyle Busch running long like that, he's lost a ton of time. You know, he was running second, lost a ton of time Sam Mayer. So he's hoping with a little bit less laps on his stuff that he can try to, you know, create a charge. He's only 4 or 5 laps, you know, shorter or longer, you know, than Sam Mayer and Ty Gibbs. So it's going to take a lot for him to cut that deficit back down. He was 10 seconds behind Sam Mayer, who will inherit this lead as long as there's no caution that comes out.
Yeah, that fender's just hanging on there. I'd be lucky to see it get back around, but yeah, it seems tight. Something I'll point out here, the race for the win right now is just 3rd and 4th place. Right, once that cycles through, that'll be the lead. Yeah, they're within a couple seconds of each other. It was 4 seconds before the pit stop. Gibbs was 4 seconds behind Sam Mayer. He cut it in half. Just through the cycle itself. There's so much time on the pit road, off the pit road, the pit stop itself. We saw it in qualifying at the All-Star race where it's all together. That happens every single week. As we see the 07 there with the left front gone. Well, it's been a great race so far. Sam Mayer going to inherit the lead here shortly as the cycle continues here.
All right, so in the middle of green flag pit stop still, I believe the only 2 drivers that have to pit are Haley Deegan and Kyle Sieg. Sieg leads this race. And as of right now, Sam Mayer is looking to regain that race lead once everything cycles through. Leland Honeyman also has not pitted, so we got 3 cars still in the lead lap that have yet to make their green flag pit stop to make it on field at the end of the race. Mayer just a few seconds behind Sieg, so whether Sieg pits before Mayer gets there or not, Mayer should get to the lead in a couple laps. So Kyle Sieg leads. Sam Mayer second as a result of that. Again, he will be the leader eventually, and it looks like right now. So Sam Mayer now in the race lead. He has gotten by Kyle Sieg. Sieg scored in second that last time by Ty Gibbs third. Fourth for Cole Custer. Leland Honeyman still has to pit. He's in fifth. Justin Allgaier sixth. Brandon Jones seventh. Kyle Busch eighth. Chase Elliott ninth. Haley Deegan still has to pit in 10th. Noah Gregson's 11th. Austin Hill in 12th. Chandler Smith is 13th. 14th place for Taylor Gray, Sammy Smith 15th, Shane Van Gisbergen 16th, AJ Allmendinger 17th, Parker Retzlaff 18th, Anthony Alfredo 19th, and Josh Williams is 20th. 21st for Kyle Weatherman, Jeremy Clements 22nd, 23rd for Ryan Sieg, JJ Yaley 24th, Jesse Love 25th, 26th is Jeb Burton, Ryan Ellis 27th, Garrett Smithley 28th, Dawson Cram 29th, Matt DiBenedetto in 30th. Natalie Decker 31st, Patrick Emerly 32nd, Brendan Poole 33rd, Dean Thompson, 35th, and out of the race, I should add. Blaine Perkins, 35th. 36th for Sheldon Creed, Parker Kligerman, 37th, and Riley Herbst, 38th. We last restarted with 86 laps to our first 2 stages of the race. He won the first 2 stages. Has still led the most laps today, 40 laps led. A lot of comers and goers in this one. Sam Mayer, who is back in the race lead again, is now led for 24 laps. Ty Gibbs led for 27 after starting on the pole. Kyle Busch has led for 34 laps today. Jesse Love led for 14. So we've seen quite a few different drivers lead.
Drivers only broadcast on Fox. We are watching Sam Mayer putting a whooping on the field right now. Fast. He's got a second and a half up. He's got 20. Carson, do you have a little update on our race leader? Yeah. Consistently driving out to the rear view mirror, spotter and letting it know every time. We saw him win last year at Homestead against the fence, doing what he learned there. Now here against the wall here in Charlotte. Yeah, the good thing about these extended cars, we talk about all the time, the composite body on these things. Look at the right side of the one of Sam Mayer, and probably the majority of other cars out here. The right sides are killed. They've been hit. It doesn't seem to face these cars that much. In the past, like you guys remember, you've been doing it long enough to race those steel body cars. You hit the wall and it was game over. Cut a tire down, knock all the downforce out of it. It was a lot of times to be that close to the wall. Now you can get up there and smush the wall a couple times and still be okay as long as you don't hit it that hard. None hit it more than today than Ty Gibbs. We saw it early in the race. We saw it in the middle of the race. The nose is knocked in. He's still running second. And he's running him down. Yeah, he's closed that gap a little bit here in the last few laps. And he's still close. Yeah, Cole Presser's kind of lost contact between the top two. He's 4.5 seconds back. And Mayer has to be able to drive away, Ty Gibbs and Eric said it great. Gibbs is running them down just a little bit. They've worked through a little bit of traffic. Sam Mayer is finally going to have a couple laps of clean track here to kind of get through and see what his car can do lap time wise. But some of that's kind of surprised me. The 7 car, we saw him so dominant in the first couple stages, won the first 2 stages, and he just doesn't seem to be as good here late in this race. And maybe now that it's top dominant, we heard him say his car couldn't run the wall as good as other cars. Maybe that's hurt him a little bit. Kyle Busch here, he's gone a little bit long on the green flag cycle. He lost 9 seconds to the leader during that green flag cycle because he ran off. So that's a couple seconds every single lap that he stayed out. On the flip side, if it keeps going long, he may be able to make all that up. Basically, sitting with a set of stickers in the pits. He hopes it's going to run about 7 more laps green, get a caution. Everyone else is out of tires. He is in the catbird seat if that happens. And Noah Gragson with a strong day. He started really deep in the field. Kind of methodically worked up as today. So we're going to have some strategy go his way that's got him up here. A nice day running 8th right now. Yeah, I think something that, as we kind of keep going through the field here, Justin Allgaier looked so strong early in the race. I think a lot of it is because the track was good on the bottom in the beginning, and now it's good on the top, but you don't see his car being quite as strong. Chandler Smith here, expected him to be a little bit quicker today. He's been really strong, especially early in the season. He was so strong. It's really been pretty quiet throughout the race today. Sam McMahon looks like he's done fight with Austin Hill for the moment, has kind of settled into 11th here. And, been another quiet day, one we haven't heard a lot out of, and it definitely needs to get strong runs going here this season. Taylor Gray, P12, doing a pretty good job today. He doesn't get to run these Xfinity cars all the time. Way different than trucks and things that he's used to, and you see him sliding around. He's been putting together a pretty strong day here. And Jake Van Gisbergen, this is a guy I told you said it. Good job. That right? Yeah, you did it. I'll let me talk about him all day, but a nice job up here at 13th. I think it's fun to watch Shane learn how to get around these racetracks straight up next to the wall. So different than what he's grown up doing his whole life. AJ Allmendinger battling back, had those issues early in the race at the end of the wall, flat right front, toe knocked out, just trying to battle for a decent points day. Parker Retzlaff seems to be, putting together good days, with his teammates, the Jet Burton, that group of Jordan Anderson. They do a really good job. And, he's put the pressure on AJ a little bit. So he's done a great job so far, really, the whole past couple of years, and he's doing another good job today. And there's our leader, Sam Mayer, 2.5 or so out front. I would say he's feeling comfortable, but I don't feel like it's a big enough lead to feel comfortable. And when I watch that back end slide out like that through the center of the corner and you're inches away from the wall, comfort is not there at all. Yeah, Sam was loose, and I feel like he's taking up all the racetrack getting in there in the corner.
a lot of times, I know it's pretty common with the Cup cars, and I'm sure it relates to the Xfinity cars. A lot of times when you make green flag pit stops, your car fires off a looser for some reason. Whether that's just green flag pressures or just the racetrack being the way it is. How it takes run. Oh, she's out. 43, Ryan Ellis gets loose off turn 2, hits the inside wall.
There you go, Chase Elliott. You were just mentioned.
Yeah, what was that? 7 minutes to go. 7 more laps, but he'll take it. He'll take it.
Absolutely. Those guys ran quite a few laps since the last pit stop. He's going to have to go to the very back, but I think
Still
he's in a good spot. He's got enough time to get through it for sure. This is going to be quite the turn of events for sure. So looking forward to that. But yellow is out once again.
Okay, so who do you guys like at the end of the race? I mean, obviously, Chase Elliott, he's in the best spot, right? Has a set of stickers land. There's probably going to be 27 or so laps to go, at the end of this race. That's plenty of for him to get to the front. We already, we ran probably 25 laps right there, 20 laps green. So those guys' tires are worn out. I'll be interested to see what this 17 group can do.
Yeah, I think that'll be pretty interesting, but I also kind of got to think about clean air. Sam Mayer's out front right now. Good luck beating that. Kyle Busch still got a little bit newer tires. He's in P6 right now, so he's got a little bit of time to make up. But you put them all bunched up with a little bit newer tire, he might can make up some time. But it's gonna be fun to watch Chase with those freshies coming through.
It'll be tough. Yeah, 17, the 897. All have tires here, so we'll have to see. But 17, I think, has got it's the best shot.
Yeah, SVG. I mean, gosh, we talked about him earlier. Haven't talked about him much today. But they were on that strategy, saved a set of tires. That group seems to figure it out. Shane figures it out through the race, right? He's going to these tracks, racing on them for the first time. These Xfinity cars are tough to drive, man. I mean, especially at a place like this to where when it gets running the wall like that, that's a big commitment. And you're learning under fire. Hey, go out here and put this thing inches away from the wall and try to keep up with everybody. Shane's doing a really good job, and he's impressed so many of us. Obviously, last year winning at Chicago in the Cup race, coming into full-time Xfinity this year, he's done great. So those guys have also played a great strategy game, and he'll be one to watch coming up through the field at the last run of this race.
What a complicated race to follow so far. The strategy has not been straightforward. Jesse Love on pit road here. Don't know exactly what they're looking there. Hoods up.
Motor guy out there. So like they're checking plug wires maybe in there.
I'm hearing possibly power steering.
Yeah, power steering.
He's 2 laps down, so he was obviously struggling with something.
I'm gonna add some power steering fluid, but not one you see too much anymore.
Yeah, I think when they're adding fluid like that, it must be leaking somewhere. Might be a hole in the line or something. Well, I gotta assume pits are gonna be open as they go into turn 3 right now.
I think a lot of the leaders are probably going to put scuffs on.
Sure. So I'm curious to see. They have a set of scuffs with not many laps. They plan on throwing on that they think are going to be better than the stuff they have on right now.
I think so. I mean, that's the only thing to compete with the guys that have a set of stickers.
Here with this offense, the trajectory was set. It's all about resetting here. Chase Elliott, though, that's exactly what they were looking for. 4 new tires going on. Josh, who you got? Yeah, the 20 of Ty Gibbs. Just a little bit tight. Scuff sets land for him as well. Message to him. Stop a little short in the box so he can get out. The 00 Ho Country, a little bit free. The message is do what the leaders do, but have a good stop.
Oh! Gibbs sliding out of the box on those scuffs. Oh, goes around. Justin Allgaier gaining 4 positions on pit road.
Well, 20 about spun out. Stall right there.
33 had a really long stop there.
And Chase Elliott with the 4 brand new tires. He's in the camper seat, and he's going to gain a spot on pit road.
Justin Allgaier come out with the lead. What a stop by the 7 boys.
Well, it's all about the play out, boys and girls. This has gotten interesting.
And we're going to see one heck of a finish here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We got some varying strategies. I don't think the scuffs are going to be as good as those new stickers, but they've probably got to be better than what they have on it. Because there was a short run. It was late in stage 2. They had about 11, or no, stage 1, where a vast majority of the cars pitted with 9 to go in the stage, and then they ended up pitting again stage end. So 9-lap-old tires, but it's still obviously not going to be as good as the sticker tires for the 3 drivers of Chase Elliott, Sammy Smith, and Shane Van Gisbergen. And again, those are the 3 that have sticker tires. There were some drivers that took the wave around as well. There was only 13 cars on the lead lap, but Parker Retzlaff gets the free pass, and then I believe Anthony Alfredo, Josh Williams, Kyle Weatherman, Ryan Sieg, Jeremy Clements, they all took the wave around to get back on the lead lap here in this one. Anthony Alfredo actually got the free pass. So Alfredo gets the free pass. That means Williams, Weatherman, Sieg, and Clements behind him are now back on the lead lap. So here we go. First of 2 live commentary streams of the day. Once again, a reminder that tonight's NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying stream will begin at 5 p.m. Eastern. Again, they have not hit the track yet this weekend, so got Coke 600 practice and qualifying coming up again at 5 p.m. Eastern. That coverage is on Fox Sports 1. And obviously, you listen live right here on KRC. Our coverage for tomorrow, Indy 500, will begin at 12:30 Eastern Time, and our Coca-Cola 600 coverage will begin at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's the start times for tomorrow's stream. Appreciate everybody tuning in here to this one. We'll take our final ad break. You're listening live on KRC to the BetMGM 300 at Charlotte. A wild, wild race so far here in this one. And it ain't over yet.
We will pause for a moment of silence at the end of stage 2 during the Cup race Sunday night. Text flag to 41444 or scan the QR code on your screen for more. Well, I'll tell you what, Memorial Day weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway is such a great opportunity for us to honor our military, the people that fight for our freedom every single day. In times that I feel like we're so divided in our country, Charlotte Motor Speedway and NASCAR racing helps us feel more united than ever. I absolutely love this weekend and what we're able to do for our military, which is the most important, way more than us driving in circles all day long. It's a great way to honor, and our sport does a fantastic job. Carson?
Yeah, guys, I'm down here with Andrew Overstreet. Andrew, didn't want to see that yellow, but a really, really fast car. What are you telling your driver, and how many laps do you have on this set of tires?
These are 12-lap scuffs from earlier in the race before the end of stage 2. This is the freshest set we got, so just told them to be aggressive and get the lead. I mean, we got Noah up there with older tires, but we're just going to have to make it happen on the restart. But everybody has done a great job with this Hasbro Chevy team. Great car. Hardy and I did an awesome job getting it ready for us. Just trying to finish it off for them.
Yeah, good luck to you. Brad, you're in the booth or in the studio. What do you got?
Carlton, this is going to get really interesting here, Austin. You know, the field is split, different tires, the track we've already talked about it all race long, and slick. And now these drivers with different tire strategies. It's easy to get in trouble. We got Noah Gragson in the lead. He's won 3 of his last 4 miles.
It's a Chase Elliott. This is a massive opportunity with brand new sticker tires. You heard the crew chief for the one car talking about 12-lap scuffs. I mean, that's it's not very good.
Yeah, few people are going to have more fun than Chase Elliott over these next few laps. Maybe just the guys up in the booth. And let's see what Josh Berry has to talk about this.
Yeah, the 7 car, Justin Allgaier, your chief, Jim Pullman took 2 tires there. They're going for wins, hoping they can get clean air and pull away.
Well, here's a little update for you guys. So the 17, the 8, and the 97 all have brand new tires on. They have stickers. All the others, for the most part, have 10 laps.
Oh, Hold up. My Bluetooth's on. Sorry for that.
You know, and if they have to come around cars and things like that, it makes it a pretty wild ride. So good job by Ty Gibbs. Here we go. Got 5 laps to go.
So say you think the last restarts were crazy. This one was really where the pay windows opened up. Wow, we got really lucky that wasn't a big wreck.
Ton of wheel spin on a 30.
SVG got up against the wall.
From behind, just way out of shape.
Somebody else, too.
So these guys, it's the first time they're firing off on cold, scuffed tires. They don't know what they really have and what their balance is going to be, but watch that blue 17 car right there. He's got the 4 brand new tires. Just an outguyer in the wall on the front straightaway. Man, we missed how that happened there as we were watching Shane in the wall. But obviously a day-ending wreck for Justin Allgaier.
Looked pretty hard. I'm sure the let me see left front broke. Yeah.
So we're going to show you the restart first. We saw some contact on the restart. These guys are on scuffed tires. The 30 is on old tires that are about 30 laps old. So they see the launch. Now they're spinning their tires, trying to shift. The one car all in the back of the 30 turns to the bottom. Now we're 3 wide.
How they did right there is beyond me. I don't see how that did not happen. Noah Gregson got really lucky there's no one underneath him because he would have spun to the infield. And then here they are off of turn 4 to 7. Was to be clear, but he was not cleared.
Yeah, the 20 went into the wall, I think, trying to give him some more room there, but just wasn't there.
You know, we're going to get an outboard camera here. Be fun to listen here. Maybe not fun to listen, actually. But definitely, man, ended the race. I think Justin knew if I got to get up in front of him and get the push off the corner, just was not clear. And it's honestly, that's a spot where the spotters have a very hard time seeing. The cars are coming directly at them. So it's really hard for them to see if it's clear or not. So the driver is kind of doing it himself at that point and looking in the mirror. And we've seen that many times here at Charlotte Motor Speedway off of turn 4. Here's the restart again with Noah Gregson.
Yeah, just the one. Just didn't quite hit him square. Just got him a bit out of shape there.
And this was his, Noah's biggest fan. She's mad. Ooh, she's gonna go find him after the race.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh. What was she saying there? Oh, I think she was talking about ducks. Got the front door. You think? Yeah, there was a flock of ducks that flew over the racetrack, and I think she was about those. I mean, we knew when we cautioned that Shaybeck is where he comes down after hitting the wall, he's flat right retired. So those stickers that he had on the race car are now gone. You know, the strategy that he had that was going to help him out, that's all ruined and out the window.
What I saw there
on it
was a lot of damage in the 20 at Ty Gibbs. That hole in the right front fender, that's bad. That is the highest pressure point of the car when it comes to aerodynamics. It is going to kill the front end of that race car. I don't think he can afford to pay it at the moment. Here's a look at the 97 in the wall. He kind of gets squished a little bit.
Yeah, he was fully commit to go to the top, and the 19 just took some real estate up and squeezed into the fence. And
So now, Geyer, he's had quite the up and down season. Here he is in Phoenix, about to win the race. Left rear tire blowing out. Here he is at Talladega. It's running well. Dude, this is a huge one. Oh, right where that wall kicks out. Craziest race I think I've ever seen with the rain. Crazy things happening there. He goes to Darlington, figures it out. Finally gets the win. It's not from not leading laps and being fast. Just crazy things that we just showed that has happened to him.
as we watched the replay, we see Ty Gibbs has hit pit road. So they probably thought really needed to repair that headlight. Is Carson, do you have something on Noah Gregson?
Yeah, guys, they were out of tires, so unlike everybody else coming with those cold softs on, they decided to wait it out, hope to get a really late yellow, and hope to keep their full scuffs for later. Unfortunately, this yellow happened a lot earlier. They just made their bed because they lost all that track position, so now they just put their cold scuffs on, and they're going to try to get to the end and take advantage of whatever he's got on those.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs there. He's on pit road. They're fixing the right front where we talked about that hole there. And I heard he also may have a flat tire too. So you look, there's a lot of concrete there in the wall. So crazy events happening here. Sam Mayer.
21 laps to go at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in this NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Sam Mayer is the race leader. Chase Elliott second. Brandon Jones third. Kyle Busch in the fourth place position. And Cole Custer is in fifth. Austin Hill sixth. Sammy Smith seventh. Chandler Smith eighth. Taylor Gray ninth. And Parker Redslap is 10th. 11th place for AJ Allmendinger. Anthony Alfredo 12th. Ty Gibbs 13th. 14th for Kyle Weatherman. 15th for Shane Van Gisbergen and Noah Gragson. 16th, Josh Williams. 17th. 18th, Jeremy Clements. Ty Gibbs is 19th. Jeb Burton 20th. Garrett Smithley 21st. Kyle Sieg 22nd. JJ Yaley 23rd. Dawson Cram 24th. Haley Deegan 25th. Leland Honeyman is 26th. Matt DiBenedetto 27th. Jesse Love 28th. 29th for Ryan Ellis and Justin Allgaier is 30th. Natalie Decker 31st. Patrick Emerly 32nd. Brendan Poole 33rd. Dean Thompson 34th. Blaine Perkins 35th. Sheldon Creed 36th. Parker Kligerman 37th. And Riley Herbst 38th. That is your full field running order at this point in the race. Under caution with 20 laps to go. Justin Allgaier, the most recent exit of the race after winning the first two stages today. Sam Mayer has led 42 laps, most laps led of any driver. And he is currently in the lead, but Chase Elliott on much fresher tires. Trying to battle through the field here, and he has made his way up to second. Gibbs was in second, but had to pit with the damage on the right side of his car, of course. So here we are. Again, a little under an hour and a half from now, we will have live commentary coverage of the Coke 600 practice and qualifying session at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we will go live for that. Also, again, a reminder to hit the like button if you have not done so yet. Our goal was to get to 100 likes on the stream. And we are currently only at 59, so yeah, definitely be sure to hit that like button.
Really confident with their race car, really confident with their driver. One of the best races of their season with a lot of adversity they've gone through. Said the brake pedals are fine, back to normal, and really happy with their race car. I asked him, they said 11 laps in the tires, but he has a lot of confidence nonetheless that his driver can get it done.
Yeah, what a challenging day to do all that and be sitting there in the second row. AB, the final restart, I don't know, 19 laps to go, it probably won't be, but what I see here, and we talked about it under the precaution, the 17, Chase Elliott, he did a good job at earning an extra set of tires, paying the price early in the race. Now look at them on the front row with 19 laps to go, coming to 18 to take the green. I don't see how he gets beat here, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the one be the fastest car here the last, half of the day, especially. The 17 has been pretty good. I think that tire advantage is probably going to prevail, but I'll be curious to see. I mean, you've had the 17 who's been not as good today. The one's been dominant. Tire disadvantage on the one. We'll see how well Sam Mayer can hold him off.
I think the one thing I might
18 laps to go coming up here. Sam Mayer and Chase Elliott on the front row. Also, don't forget Sammy Smith has 4 fresh tires along with Chase Elliott in this one. And Shane Van Gisbergen did until he got up into the wall before that last caution. Green flag back in the air. Mayer and Elliott on the front row. Mayer was on the inside, Elliott on the outside. Through turns 1 and 2, Kyle Busch staying right behind the 17. The 17 of Elliott is gone into the lead off turn 2. Fresh tires prevail. I don't think there's going to be any question marks on who's going to be able to contend with Chase Elliott here in this one. Sammy Smith's got quite a bit of traffic to try to fight through still. He's 3 wide middle in the center of turns 3 and 4. And Kyle Busch about got up into the wall off turn 4. I think he might have kissed it a little bit. Brandon Jones underneath him for third. And Jones will get by Busch through turns 1 and 2. And we got more cars up against the wall. Cole Custer and Austin Hill. And the caution flag is out again. And Hill is still pushing the 0-0 on the backstretch.
Finger.
Well, he turned him under yellow.
Step back on. So he's going to be the question right there. If both tanks were on the wheel, I think the outcome was going to be the same. I agree. Like the thumbs. Ever got a thumbs someone in that kind of situation? Do you think he meant like he was just telling? I think it was our guy. I think he might have had some gas. You think so? Huh? Maybe. I think you're right. Big damage. I mean, 0-0 is junked. The 21 has some big damage too. Let's listen in on the 21. Yeah, we'll have to go back and see the replay. They're running 5th and 6th. They both were having a pretty solid day going with them. You know, Cole had that interesting strategy early in the race that put him in a good spot. Here's Cole's outboard. A little tight there, but nothing too bad. Get a little contact down the front stretch. Yeah. For a second, cut down. That contact, you can see it right there. How low the splitter is on the 21 underneath there. You can barely see it. You can tell that it come down its right front. And then right here, this is a bit of retaliation. I'm pretty upset about all that. Looks like the throttle might have stuck on the 21. Yeah, it must have been it, Ryan. Could have been from the right foot being down. Austin Hill's been ticked off most of the day today. Maybe he's just in a bad mood. He is now. Yeah, I think the right front was. Yeah, you see the car kind of go straight there. I think the right front got cut down from the contact on the front stretch, which wound up wrecking both those cars. It was hard to tell what happened there down the straightaway. I don't. Obviously, they made contact, but I'm not sure if someone turned down or came up. It was a little tough to tell from the in-car. And obviously, Cole Custer did not know what happened there. You know, so Cole's saying, "What are you mad at me for? You just ran me into the wall because the right front blew out." So Cole's giving him the thumbs up, like, "Yeah, thanks for ruining my day." Austin Hill's over there saying, "Because of you, my right front's down. Thanks for ruining my day." They obviously neither one knows the whole story yet, but here we go. See car Cole. Trying to figure out what happened there. I believe it's going to be a hand gesture here. Yep, thumbs up. Now he's really trying to figure out what happened. What was that about? A good sequence of events there for Cole. Cautions breed cautions. You know, we had that one there after some long green flag runs. You know, we've had a couple back to back. Crew chief obviously not happy. We got some radio from the 21 as they're on pit road trying to fix their car.
I don't think you guys got to worry about fighting because we're doing it up here. Not playing Georgia.
You still have the hand? Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought he still had his hand out the window.
Right. Right. I want to see the spotter fight that was up on top of the roof.
Tempers in Charlotte, Cole Custer, Austin Hill not agreeing with one another on the track, and that brings out yet another late race caution at Charlotte. 14 laps to go under the yellow. Chase Elliott, who has the freshest tires in the field, also has the track position as he currently leads. This is his first lead of the race. His strategy worked out, saving that set of tires in case we had a lot of yellows late. We are getting a lot of yellows late, so into his hands this race goes. Sammy Smith, who also has fresh tires, is in 6th. As of right now, on the same strategy as Chase Elliott, but those are the only two that have the fresh tires at this point in time. Everybody else is pretty much on scuffs, which obviously is not going to be fresh stickers, but maybe better than what they had before. Still probably not going to be anything, obviously, for Elliott. You can kind of tell that by the way cars were sliding coming out of their pit boxes during that caution, knowing they didn't have the same grip out of firing off of the box, firing off out of the box with the older tires versus with the new tires. I mean, Ty Gibbs almost spun out, and there was another one too that nearly spun. I think Kyle Busch was pretty sideways when he came out of his box on pit road during that stop. Rains at Indy, maybe you can watch Monaco race. I don't plan on it. I'm not gonna watch it live, let alone on the rerun. To be completely honest.
Here's why we are under caution and why everyone is upset with each other. Colton feels a little run dirty there off of turn 4. Nothing too bad. They make a little bit of contact down the front straightaway. Doesn't look too bad. It's one and the right front blows out on the 21 car of Austin Hill. Both pretty each other because both their races at the point is over. Now we got thumbs up everywhere. Lots of thumbs up. Lots of sarcasm in today's race. This is how it ended. The rear tires lifted up on the backstretch. Love that, man. Thumbs up. Good job. This is making a format. Oh, what camera work you did on the backstretch there, buddy. A lot of action your way. Well, we're coming green. We got the GR Super here leading around. Try it again. Yeah, this is going to be crazy. I mean, we're coming 13 laps to go. We're coming to take the green flag. You see this?
Elliott on the inside of row 1 here. Sam Mayer going to try to be as aggressive as possible to stay with him, and it's going to be difficult. I think the race now is pretty much going to be the race for second, but we'll see. Just never know what could happen. Green flag back in the air. 12 laps to go. Chase Elliott just trying to break free as quickly as possible. Kyle Busch giving him a good push off into the first turn. And Busch is going to be clear of Sam Mayer as Mayer goes up, and he's in the wall. Sam Mayer, I was going to say he went up to the wall, but then he ended up going up into the wall. And Mayer's going to lose more than just the second place position to Kyle Busch here. He's going to lose several more down the backstretch as he continues on. Tires still up through 3 and 4, though, for the 1. Brandon Jones pulls to the inside of Kyle Busch for second, 3 and nearly 4 wide off turn 4 in the back half of the top 10. Right behind Sam Mayer. Ty Gibbs is working his way back through there. I thought he was done. Remember, he just pitted not that long ago after his right front was flat, so I don't even know what kind of tires they have on that thing. Probably older than the rest of the field. He's hanging on, still in the 7th place spot. Brandon Jones has cleared Kyle Busch for second. Busch trying to fight back through turns 3 and 4. Sammy Smith, who's also on 4 fresh tires with Chase Elliott, still might think he has a shot at the win. If he gets to the front row, we get another restart. He's got the best thing for Chase Elliott. But he's stuck behind Busch and Brandon Jones. Elliott over a second ahead right now. Josh Williams battling for 9th with Noah Gragson. Williams going to slide up clear off the exit of the corner. The 91 of Kyle Weatherman also trying to fight for a top 10 finish. He's right there with the 30 and the 11. Kyle Busch is very sideways in the middle of 3 and 4. Sammy Smith, AJ Allmendinger, and Sam Mayer get around him. Gibbs going to get to the outside of the 33, so Busch falls from second to about 5th or 6th now on the same straightaway, and I think Busch has a bigger issue than what is already being had. So Sammy Smith is up to second place. Both he and Chase Elliott had the freshest tires in the field, and actually Sammy Smith just fell. Sorry, Sammy Smith's in 3rd. I had that wrong. Brandon Jones still remains in 2nd. Sammy Smith, when he got by Busch, was not for 2nd place. It was for 3rd. So Sammy Smith's only made his way up to 3rd right now. Ty Gibbs, Ryan Sieg battling for 7th. Busch was able to get back by Gibbs after he had lost his momentum, getting way out of the gas in the middle of 3 and 4 a few laps ago. First time AJ Allmendinger has been in the top 5 so far today. So looking to finish in 5th after what has been a not so good day for him. And despite all the laps Junior Motorsports led in this race, Allgaier winning the first two stages, the other three Junior Motorsport cars second, third, and fourth, but it's Chase Elliott who's looking to get the win in the 17 car in this one on pit strategy. I mean, he didn't have a car that can go up and win. He had a good car. He had a borderline top 5 car. He was probably a 4th, 5th, 6th fastest car in the field today, but this tire strategy makes him look like the very fastest here at the end. Brandon Jones doing all he can to try to hold on for second place in front of his teammates. Sammy Smith definitely lacking to be able to catch Brandon Jones even on his fresher tires. Ty Gibbs is now battling with Josh Williams for 8th place, and Williams did make the pass on him. Williams started back in the 36th place position. It is worth noting Chase Elliott actually started back in 30th today. And it took him almost the entire race to get up here. And again, it was strategy inclusive to say the least. But 3 laps away now from pay dirt for Elliott to win on Saturday, Memorial Day weekend. And he'll try to go for the sweep tomorrow by winning the Coke 600. Hendrick Motorsports has won every 1.5 mile racetrack in the Cup Series this season, so it is not impossible for Chase Elliott to go out there and win. His only win was on a 1.5 mile at Texas Motor Speedway earlier this season as well. This is his first Xfinity Series start of the season, and it looks like he is going to go 1 for 1. Brandon Jones trying to give him a run for his money. And I'm actually quite surprised that Brandon Jones is even running him down as much as he is right now. I like to think Elliott is just kind of conserving his stuff. Brandon Jones, again, has much older tires. Jones actually got a piece of the wall that time through turns 1 and 2, and he's going to lose some ground to Elliott. Jones still about a half a second behind Chase. Surprised he didn't lose too much ground despite getting into the wall in 1 and 2. Austin Hill losing another lap as the leaders race by. 2 laps to go. Jones turning off the wall, trying to get a little bit of clean air on the nose. Chase Elliott stays right up against it. Sammy Smith still back there in third, about a 1.5 seconds behind the leaders. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Chase Elliott still a 0.5 second lead out ahead of Brandon Jones. Both cars on the outside of the racetrack, and again, Jones clips the wall in turns 1 and 2. He's doing all he can and then some. Still about 5+ car lengths behind into the final corner on the final lap. And the checkered flag will be waving. Chase Elliott on tire strategy will win at Charlotte in the BetMGM 300 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Brandon Jones 2nd, Sammy Smith 3rd, Sam Mayer 4th, AJ Allmendinger 5th. A Chevrolet lockout of the top 5, in fact even top 6 positions. Kyle Busch finishes 6th. First Ford and 7th of Brian Sieg, Josh Williams 8th, Ty Gibbs 9th, the highest finishing Toyota even with the issues he had late. Noah Gragson rounds out the top 10 in 10th. Kyle Weatherman finishes 11th, Taylor Gray 12th, Jeremy Clements 13th, 14th for Parker Retzlaff, Shane Van Gisbergen 15th. Anthony Alfredo 16th, Jeff Burton 17th, Chandler Smith 18th. Smith was the last car to finish on the lead lap. Kyle Sieg ends up finishing 19th, first car 1 lap down. Haley Deegan 20th, J.J. Yaley 21st, Austin Cram 22nd, Leland Honeyman 23rd, Garrett Smithley 24th, Austin Hill 25th, 2 laps down. Matt DiBenedetto 26th, Ryan Ellis 27th, Jesse Love 28th, Natalie Decker 4 laps down at 29th, 9 laps down was Patrick Emerly in 30th. Brendan Poole 10 laps down at 31st. Cole Custer DNF'd in this one, finishing in 32nd. As we ended up having a total of 6 DNFs today. Cole Custer, again, 32nd. Justin Allgaier, 33rd. Dean Thompson, 34th. Blaine Perkins, 35th. Sheldon Creed, 36th. 37th for Parker Retzlaff, and Riley Herbst finishes 38th. My mistake on that, 7 DNFs total in the race today. Chase Elliott did not lead many laps in this one, but he led the most important, the final 18, the only time he led in this one off that final restart. Sam Mayer ends up finishing with 44 laps led in the top four. Fourth place finish for Mayer. Mayer led the most today. 40 laps led for Stage 1 and Stage 2 winner Justin Allgaier. At least got the points early. Didn't get the race finishing points again. Ended up 33rd at the end of it. 28 laps led from the pole for Ty Gibbs. 34 laps led early in the race for Kyle Busch. 9 laps led for Noah Gragson. Kyle Sieg during green flag stops led for 5 laps. Sheldon Creed led for 9 laps today, as well as 14 laps led for Jesse Love. Here's your race winner, Chase Elliott.
This is his first race of the season for Chase Elliott. First win, just like that. 1 for 1 on the season. And Josh Berry, I believe, has made the run out to the start-finish line. I got the big winner down here. This is a popular one for all these fans. Chase Elliott, 30th, 6th career Xfinity win. Batted all day. Amazing strategy by everybody. Hendrick Motorsports, tell us about your day.
Yeah, they did a really good job. Greg made a good call. I think ultimately that was what won us the race. I felt like I needed a little bit with my balance and to make as much pace as like the couple of those guys. But hands off to everybody at Hendrick Motorsports. Super special to win with a 17 on the car for the boss and Linda. Obviously a great honor here with the Ricky Hendrick scheme, and just it means a lot to all of us that get to be a part of this whenever it runs. And I just appreciate the boss. Thanks for letting me do it. I'm glad we get you a win, and huge thanks to Chevrolet, everybody, HMS, Engine Chevrolet, the whole bit. It was a good day. Awesome. Thank you, man. Brandon Jones down here getting a kiss from his wife. Brandon, you didn't have the tires, but it looked it. Running him down there. First, talk me through the brakes and going through that adversity, and then what you needed at the end.
Yeah, I mean, talk about an up and down day and coming back from it. I'm so excited that we have people from Charbroil today. Menard's been such a massive supporter of mine. Charbroil as well. They've been on a couple times on the hood, so I'm glad we just had people today to watch a little bit of butt kicking, man. That was really fun to come from the back to the front, I think, 3 or 4 times right there. So really, really fast Camaro right there, and probably needed maybe some track position. I'd like to be a little bit better on that restart to take advantage of just getting some clean air on the nose. I think that's really what the 17 just had at the end. But
Yeah, tires too.
to get going, but I was always a little bit better at the end of runs. So really, really fun day. I love these hot, slick races you got to prepare for. People falling on the seat, and you just get better at the end, right? So that's the fun part for me. Wish we could have won, but we're really, really close right now. This team's kind of had some up and downs all year, and we just continue to fight. HMS stepped up and helped us out a little bit. Philip Bell's a badass crew chief and has been doing a great job so far. So looking forward to the rest of the races here. We're going to get this thing in the playoffs soon.
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I had a lot of fun down here, as well as everybody else. Joey, take it away. Absolutely. What an incredible race it was today. We're going to come back one more time after the break. There it is. Chase Elliott bringing it home at Charlotte Motors.
Not gonna lie, it's gonna be a farce if we don't get an interview from Cole Custer and/or Austin Hill following the fallout of their incident, which brought out the last caution of the day. In total, we ended up having 8 yellows in this race, 6 of which for incident, and then the 2-stage breaks. 25 lead changes, 9 different drivers led at least 1 lap. Again, 18 cars finished on the lead lap. Total laps time on this one, 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 26 seconds. Margin of victory, a half a second even for Chase Elliott over Brandon Jones. We finished under a regulation length of 200 laps, 300 miles, and the average race speed today was 115.68 miles per hour. 1 hour away from the start of our next live commentary stream at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be live for NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying for tomorrow's Coca-Cola 600. No rain in the forecast, at least for Charlotte. There is in Indianapolis, so for the Indy 500. The plan tomorrow, though, is still to go live at 12:30 Eastern Time for the Indy 500. If it is a rain-delayed start, then we won't go live till the start of the race, whether that would be tomorrow or on Monday. Coca-Cola 600 start time will be at 5:30 Eastern time on Sunday as well. Again, thanks for everybody tuning in here for this one. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. Our goal is to get to 100 likes on stream. Only got to 66 on this one, but definitely tune in here in about another hour, as again, we will be live for Coke 600 practice and qualifying. Waiting for them to come back from the commercial break here one more time, just to see if we get an update with Austin Hill or Cole Custer following their late scuffle. On track, of course. Wasn't like last week with Kyle Busch and Stenhouse where there was a scuffle off track. Don't get an interview here in the next couple of seconds, and we will get on out of here, and I'll see you in about another hour. Got to make sure I get something to eat here over the next hour between streams.
Did you guys have fun or what? Great time. Had a great time through all these years. The drivers only broadcast. Maybe missed 1 year, but really enjoyed it. And the race was great. Probably the best race I've been able to call from the booth, drivers only or not. So had a lot of fun and excited to keep in my ride now.
Yeah, we have to go practice and qualify now. So we fire up here in about an hour. After watching this race, gosh, I'm curious if we're gonna be at the wall, in practice. I don't in the booth. Josh and Carson down on pit road, you guys all did a great job. So thank you, Fox, for letting us do this. Joey, I heard it was your birthday yesterday.
It was my birthday yesterday. Thanks for bringing that up.
I forgot your cake.
I'm not as young as I used to be. But this has really been a special thing for sure. All the way through. Enjoyed working with Fox for years now, and I feel like I said I outlasted Kevin Hendrick and got this role. I had fun with it. It's hard. It's way harder than I thought it was going to be, but I had fun. There's Bradley in the studio with Austin Cindric. I hope you guys had fun. You guys better be on the road quickly. You gotta get over here and practice and qualify soon.
Absolutely. Well, we had Candy. We were able to talk. We didn't have all the work you had, Joey. The studio, I think, nailed this. Then it was first time here. Excellent work.
I appreciate that. No, it was good times. For Chief and anyone who's trying to figure out some. Thanks for enjoying these things.
Yeah, I love all the fans that write us on social media and tell us we're doing a good job. Thanks for lying.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get an interview from Austin Hill here. Of course, the drivers do have to get ready for practice and qualifying, so I'll cut them a little bit of slack there. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Have a good rest of your next hour, and then we will be back live for Cup Series practice for the Coca-Cola 600, again at 5 p.m. Eastern. See you soon, everyone.